radio for the masses.
Headline edition, July 8, 1947. The Army Air Forces has announced that a flying disc has been found and is now in the possession of the Army.
If the game is rigged, change the game. Game changer.
I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world.
This is Fade to Black with your host, Jimmy Church, on the Game Changer Radio Network and KGRA, the Global Radio Alliance.
I need your help to get to the year 1985.
You're listening to Fade to Black with Jimmy Church on the Game Changer Network.
Good evening. Fade to Black. Bespoke radio for the masses. Today's Thursday, January 14th, 2021. Days into the new year, only 351 days left. Yeah, man, got a full year in front of us, don't we? We are live from a bunker somewhere in the middle of beautiful downtown Burbank, California. And I would like to welcome everyone listening all around the world, all across the United States. Hither and thither, to and fro, back and forth, up and down, east and west, north and south, far and near. This is Fade to Black for KJCR, the Game Changer Network, and KGRA, the Planet. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. What is cracking? How you doing? How you doing? Night. Well, you know what time it is. It's Thursday. That's right. It's Fadernight. It is open lines all night long. Whew! I didn't think we'd make it. I just didn't think we'd make it. Didn't think it was possible, but we did. Okay? All right. So it's Thursday. Open lines all night long. 747-228-2051. And hold on for a second. I want to check on something really quick. I just want to go. Okay, yeah, breaking news. Parler is still down. So anyway. Anyway, follow me on Twitter at JChurchRadio. I just had to verify. I wanted to verify. The breaking news needs to be up to date. It's got to be up to date. I can't speak. I can't report. I can't break the news unless it is verified. It is vetted. So there you go. All right. I had seen, it was really funny. This is what people do. You guys might have seen it on Facebook. I mentioned it to Rita. I couldn't find it before the show, but there's this post up on Facebook. Parler's back. All right. This announcement for Parler. Our servers are up and running. Like, what? So I couldn't access it on my cell phone. So there you go. So right here. Just made that official. Okay. Anyway, moving on. So I guess that's the new drinking game. I did see what you guys were doing last night. And good luck to you. All right? Because if that's your new drinking game, I can get you all hooked up. I'll get you all fixed up. Hey, I was just seeing in Twitter. You can follow me on Twitter at JChurchRadio. Somebody, did I see it correct? It just blipped. It did. There's Michelangelo playing his 4-neck guitar. I think that's a BC Rich. If my memory is correct. That's pretty cool. Oh, that's JC Stream. Right on. All right, that's a pretty cool GIF right there. All right, yeah, somebody popped that up on Facebook, and that's just not cool because it's not true. And so there you go. Yeah. All right. Follow me on Twitter at JChurchRadio. Hashtag F2B is the sandbox that everybody is lighting up right now. One of the bright spots of my week, not only, of course, is Fadernight, but is you guys and your gifts all night at the beginning of the show. I just love it. It just throws me off. Who's this over here? This is Tri-Scale. Let's see. What did we got? Oh, Stevie Ray Vaughan. Yeah, see, you need to just follow me on Twitter at JChurchRadio. I know I've been making jokes about it all week long, whoever's left on Twitter, but follow me on Twitter and get over to my feed and, of course, hashtag F2B, which is the sandbox. Hashtag F2BQ is Fade to Black Questions. And hello to everybody. We got the chat rooms open, of course, over on Spreaker and stuff. And now, I don't know if we got the Facebook feed fixed. Somebody mentioned it to me. That was really weird that the Facebook feed stopped. So it may be up and running tonight. I don't know. So let me know if that isn't up and running, and I'll shoot an email over to Drew. Okay. All right. And so the game has begun. Really? Are you guys down for that? You really want to turn that into a drinking game? I didn't receive my Facebook show alarm. Ah, really? Okay. All right. I don't know what's up with that, but we'll look into it. We'll have it up on Monday. Okay. Where am I at? What was I doing? Oh, email Jimmy at jimmychurchradio.com. And let's get to the breaking news. Lots of breaking news today. And, of course, I mean, it's coming in so fast, the news. I'm going to talk about this more in just a bit. But in case you don't know, Parler is still down. Okay, just want to make sure. The world's oldest figurative artwork has been discovered in a cave in Indonesia. Now, we posted this up on social media earlier today. It's absolutely incredible. It's an image of a warty pig, and it's pretty cool. Archaeologists working on the site on the island of Sulawesi said the cave art was at least 45,000 years old. It is also thought to be the oldest surviving image of an animal, painted using red ochre pigment. The animal appears to be observing a fight or social interaction between two other warty pigs. They're on the other side. That's not as clear, but the big one is pretty cool. It's pretty tasty. And then you've also got the handprints on the wall too, which is pretty bizarre because over, of course, at the Lacau in France, those cave paintings, which are thought to be about 30,000 years old, 35,000 years old, and other caves in Europe too as well, also have the handprints, right? There's one whole wall there with it. But anyway, it's strange how the same paint and the same handprints are being done 10,000 years earlier in Indonesia. It's absolutely incredible. 10,000 years. Just unbelievable. Unbelievable. All right, moving on. Breaking news, Parler is still down. Just letting you know. Also today, Delta Airlines reported another quarterly loss, and they did this today to conclude what its CEO called the toughest year in Delta's history following the hit from the coronavirus pandemic. Amid depressed traffic levels, Delta's loss for all of 2020 was $12.4 billion, compared to, in 2019, $4.8 billion in profit. Absolutely incredible. Incredible. What a crazy news day. By the way, breaking news, Parler is still down. All right, next up, the United States could see a boost in exuberant spending after the pandemic. That's right, but it may cause some price increases. But that may not lead to a spike in inflation. All of this, according to the Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell in his speech today. And here's a piece of it. I'm quoting here directly. He says, as the pandemic recedes and we see potentially a strong wave of spending as people return to their normal lives and begin consuming various services, there could be quite exuberant spending and we could see some upward pressure on prices. He said all of this today during a talk that was over at Princeton University. All right, next up, Parler is still down. A recent report on cancer-related deaths in the United States shows a record-breaking drop in the last 2 years. Apart from the 31% drop in the cancer death rate from 1991 to 2018, the researchers observed a 2.4% decline in cancer death rates from 2017 to 2018, which the ACS noted to be the largest one-year drop in cancer death rates in history. The full impact of the COVID-19 pandemic on cancer prevention and early detection will not be known until population-based nationwide data becomes available over the next 2 years. That's crazy. And when you think about the shutdown, everybody sheltering in place and at home, and of course the pressure put on hospitals and things, where's that data? Have people going, getting checkups, getting tested, we don't know. And we're not going to know that until sometime at the end of 2021. Oh, man. But that's good news. Good news. All right. And another breaking news, Parler is still down. Let's get this show cracking. Happy birthday to today, one of my favorites, Jason Bateman. Today is 52. Carl Weathers, today, 73. LL Cool J, today, he says he's only 53. He's not younger than me. Dave Grohl, today, is 52. Queensryche's Jeff Tate, one of the greatest voices in all of the heavy and metal. Jeff Tate today is 62. White Lion frontman Mike Tramp today is 59. That's funny. Yesterday, James Lomenzo, his bass player, that was his birthday. And today it's Mike Tramp. He's 59. And, of course, today, guitar god Zakk Wylde is 53 years old. Our dead guy's birthday today is Lamar Williams, 1949 to 1983. Died at the age of 34. Lamar was the bass player for the Allman Brothers Band from 1972 to 1976 during the height of their success. Lamar was found to have lung cancer in 1981. The disease was derived from exposure to Agent Orange during his Vietnam service while he was in the Army. He died less than 2 years later after being diagnosed 7 days after his 34th birthday on January 21st, 1983, right here in Los Angeles. On this day in history, OTD, Diana Ross and the Supremes performed their final concert at the Frontier Hotel in Las Vegas, Nevada. I don't know what it was about 1970. You know, all those big bands in the 60s, right? They get to 1970, everybody called it quits. and this is what's crazy. Diana Ross and the Supremes, they were the biggest band in the United States. They had like 20, 25 number one hits. Beatles, biggest band from the UK. Okay, the biggest in the world. Then you had Elvis. So you had Beatles, Elvis, and then Diana Ross and the Supremes. That was the top 3 selling acts in the world. And then the Beatles and the Supremes just called it quits. Crazy, crazy, crazy. All right, for me. Fader fact. All right, here you go. Nishiyama Onsen Keikan is a hotel in Japan that has been running for 1,316 consecutive years, opening in 705 AD. It has been ran for 54 generations by the same family, and it still operates today. That is crazy. That is your Fader fact. Go and look it up. It's a beautiful hotel, too. 1,316 years. Incredible. All right, tonight, it's Fader night. It's open lines all night long. 747-228-2051. We'll get to your phone calls here in just a bit. Right now, I need to hit this River Moon coffee. I'm in a great mood, if you can't tell. All right. River Moon coffee. The best. Best coffee in the world. RiverMoonWellness.com. I think RiverMoon.com is still there. I saw something. Oh, is it Shopify? Yeah, I think there's a River Moon Market over there too as well. And of course, Amazon, Amazon.com. Okay. Man, good coffee. I'm in a good mood. Now, today is the first day since December 3rd, 2020, that I haven't started my morning with a headache since getting COVID. I actually had to look the date up just to make sure. I got COVID on December 2nd, and I have had a 6-week migraine. Today was the first day, and I woke up, and I was like, it's not there. And that, and I started to because it's been so obvious, just right there, that I don't even like to think about it, because I think about it and it just gets worse, right? And so today I was like, okay, now I got to psych myself up, because man, I feel pretty good. This is crazy. And I tweeted it. I put it up on Facebook. I was just so happy. And I thought, man, I'm jinxing it. Right? I'm jinxing it. Today was the first day in 6 weeks without Tylenol. Right? I'm going to get back to that. Without ibuprofen. Last night with John Greenwald also helped. It was the perfect dose of medicine, and I think that was possibly the catalyst, right, to push my head back into the right place. Because yesterday, was it the news? Right? Because today was the first day in 6 weeks without Tylenol, without ibuprofen, without NyQuil. And even that's not quite the truth, because yesterday I only took one 450 milligram ibuprofen, the script, right? The white pills, strong. And I was taking 4 of those a day, 900 milligrams in the morning, 900 milligrams at night. And then during the day, I was taking Tylenol, and then I was drinking NyQuil at night just to put the headache far enough back so I could fall asleep. It was unbelievable for 6 straight weeks. Yesterday, only 1, which is dramatic considering how much stuff I was munching all day long. I'm just munching these things to fight the headaches and the body aches, and now I have to work on getting my body flushed out. Today, no meds. No meds. Now I've got to clean. I've got to flush my body out. But yeah, today was glorious. Glorious. A glorious day. And I remember 3 or 4 years ago, I had to deal with different breaking news while I was on the air, and things were happening all the time. And there were a couple of incidents over at Coast, and I had to deal with this stuff and report on it. And things were happening in real time, even over here on Fade to Black. And I thought to myself then, I can get away with reporting this stuff while it happens. And it's a drag. I don't like it. I don't like what it does to me physically. But how do these newscasters deal with it all day long, every day, for an entire career? Man, I don't know. And then there's the other side of the coin, because I know what I've been going through here on Fade to Black. I know how much work we have to put into the show. And I had to work through COVID. The show's got to get booked. I've got to write. I've got to do things. I got to provide for my family. I've got to work. Can't take a day off. Doesn't work that way. Doesn't work that way for anybody. So, but how does it work with guys like Rush Limbaugh, right? Sean Hannity, Levin, where these guys, their show is stress related. They are stressed out all day long, talking that smack, just angry. They must really be munching meds just to make it through the day because of the content that they talk about. All they do is raise these blood levels. The pressure in their heads must be extraordinary. And then after that, they have to do their shows. And they're, and social media and the things, it's just the negativity, the negativeness, and I just don't know how they do it. I don't. Last night with John Greenwald, smooth sailing, man. No drama. No drama. I felt great. But it's got to add up for those guys after a while. I don't know how they do it. I don't. Anybody on Fox, anybody on CNN, it's got to take its toll. It's got to just accumulate and pollute their bodies. And so, and this is what I was thinking about. This is like 3 or 4 years ago when I was watching, I'm at Coast and I've got, in front of me at Coast in the studios, there's a big flat screen TV with the news on it. It's Fox, right? It's that's what they run over at Coast. So you've got Fox on the TV right there with the news, and I'm breaking the news there, and I I know what's going on, and I've got Fox in front of me, and I was just thinking to myself, how do they put up with it? This is what they do. I have to do it just for this moment in time, and then I can break off of this, and I've got guests on the show, and I can take phone calls and do it over and swing off of it. But how do they do it? And what kind of people are they like to hang out with? You know what I mean? Oh, man. Seriously. I don't know how they do it. I don't. I mean, think about it. 24 hours a day over at CNN and Fox. Nothing but stress-filled BS. Constantly. It's their programming, and it's never ending. For me, that's it. I'm done with it. I'm done with it. This migraine, this 6 weeks of migraine and all the bad news, it was just, man, my head just can't take it anymore. Stress is not in my future. But I always knew this, and I've said it so many times. When Rita and I left town for 4 or 5 days with no TV, it's like 6 years ago, and we had no news, right? And we were staying in this hotel that didn't even have a TV or a radio, bungalow thing. And I was just busy. I didn't check my phone. We had bad reception and everything else. I didn't care. I no news for like 4 or 5 days, right? And we come back after no news and no drama for 5 days. We come home and I see this ISIS video on the news. You know, humans in cages getting fried. And I see this. And my body went into shock. And that's when I decided to stop watching the news. And I did. I watched the news over the until COVID and this last year. But I was watching the news for a couple of minutes in a month. Just didn't do it. TV here in the studio, it's right there. It's never turned on until this week. It was on. But it's been off for 5 years. Don't turn it on. Don't do it. Don't watch the news. Right? This last month, you know, after that worked for me for 6 years, why didn't I listen to my own advice? This last month, 6 weeks, totally sucked. Yeah, it was COVID for sure, but it was also the news. And the combination is a death wish. Didn't take my own advice. So I said it last night. I'm saying it now. Stress is not in my future. I'm done with the news. The last scheduled dramatic event happened yesterday. That's it. This thing is not turning back on. I'm done. I am done. Done. Just getting back to our old programming. That's it. I'm getting back into the fun world. This headache is going to stay gone. I'm in a great mood. Let's do this. It's Thursday night. It is Fadernight. It's open lines all night long. 747-228-2051. How you doing? It's Fadernight. Let's have a good time. 747-228-2051. I am your host, Jimmy Church. This is Fade to Black on the Game Changer Network and KGRA, The Planet. You can follow me on Twitter at JChurchRadio. Hashtag F2B is the sandbox. Hashtag F2BQ is Fade to Black questions. Chat rooms are open. Hello to everybody that is out there. Bunker Cam, Fadernauts. It's Thursday night. And I was just speaking to a couple of celebrities right before the show. Every day for the rest of 2021 is just going to get better and better and better and better and better and better. It's going to rock. All right? Are we on the same page? I'll be right back.
This is Nicole Church, daughter of you-know-who, and you're listening to Fade to Black on JimmyChurchRadio.com and the Game Changer Network.
You're listening to Jimmy Church, Fade to Black.
Fade to Black will now pause for alien identification.
The station that talks the net. KGRA Radio. Introducing the Game Changer blend from River Moon Coffee that delivers a customized blend made specifically for the Fadernauts. If the game is rigged, change the game. It's a bolder cup with some bite. Game Changer is the coffee of choice for those that prefer an organic dark roast that is slightly lighter and milder, but it's still dark. With wild notes of pecans and chocolate with a rich, balanced, full-bodied cup that is roasted to perfection for a great coffee to start your day, as an after-dinner coffee or anywhere in between. Artisan, small batch roasted to perfection. USDA certified organic, all River Moon coffee is freshly roasted and packaged in the USA. Just go to rivermooncoffee.com or click on the banners over on our site and use the promo code F2BBLEND for 15% off of your order today. rivermooncoffee.com. Go Beckley Teppy.
This is the only way forward.
This is Fade to Black. Make contact. KGRARadio.com.
This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black, and you can get our podcast for just $2 per month. All you have to do is click on the podcast banner over at jimmychurchradio.com.
Hi, folks. It's troubling times, and fear is pushing emotions, which in turn pushes health the wrong direction. Do you ever get an ache because life is uneasy? Try Life Change Tea at getthetea.com. Life Change Tea works on your digestive tract, helping to move food through quicker and comfortably so your health is spot on. Life Change Tea may not help with world issues, but it will help with your digestive issues. A glass a day helps keep the intruders away. So, change your life today. Log on to getthetea.com. That's getthetea.com. If your health game is off, get on by ordering Life Change Tea. Getthetea.com. And while you're on our site, look around at the great non-GMO organic supplements. And if you're a sales shopper, go to our specials page and see what's for you. I've been drinking the tea for 12 years and I'm sure glad for its health benefits. Again, that's getthetea.com. Getthetea.com. The tea that makes you go.
Fadernauts. When you think about the future of our country and where we're headed, do you wonder about the food supply? I do. Disruptions in the food supply chain could be disastrous, and they usually occur with little warning. That's why the smartest thing you can do today is to stockpile emergency food, water, and other essentials. I personally recommend My Patriot Supply. They're the nation's largest emergency preparedness company, serving millions of customers for more than a decade. In fact, they're the only source my family trusts for our preparedness plan. You should too. Right now, save 20% off a full 4-week supply of delicious meals that provide 2,000 calories a day. Saving 20% helps too, doesn't it? Especially now. So go to preparewithjimmy.com and get ready. That's preparewithjimmy.com. There's no time to lose. Do it now.
9 out of 10 geneticists agree.
Fade to Black is not your father's radio show on the Game Changer Radio Network and KGRA, The Planet.
Hi, this is Rob Reiner from Anvil, and you're listening to JimmyChurchRadio.com.
What's up? I'm Chris. What up? This is Kyle Massey, and you're listening to Jimmy Church Radio.
All right, welcome back. Fade to Black. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. It is Thursday night. It is Fadernight, and I don't have a headache. It's a great day. 747-228-2051. 747-228-2051. And I've been promising everybody all week that I would have Rapture here in the bunker with me, and here she is. This is Rapture. That is 5 pounds of sapphire. This is Rapture from Carolyn Ford. And a couple of things about Rapture. One, on the back, look at that. There's like a green feather. You see that? Right there. And very cool. Heavy, gorgeous. This is a perfect skull in that the artwork and everything. I have to hold it with two hands. It's so I apologize for that, but blue eyes. Look at that. Just absolutely incredible. Just perfect. Perfect skull. Perfect. So go to Carolyn Ford. Go to Einstein. TheCrystalSkull.com. The links are over at JimmyChurchRadio.com. Oh, man. Heavy, deceptive. You know, you just don't realize. Sapphire. One piece. Look at that. Incredible. So that's Rapture. And just an incredible skull. Incredible. Carolyn Ford. Thank you, Carolyn. Einstein, TheCrystalSkull.com. Use the promo code Jimmy, and you will get 10% off of your order today. Just one more time. Look at that. Whew. Heavy. I'm like tired. Wow. All right, 747-228-2051, and let's get to some phone calls. Let's see who's up first. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Wow, it's Mark from Dallas. Am I going to be your leadoff batter tonight,
Man, Mark from Dallas. Now I'm in a better mood. I didn't.
What a privilege.
I didn't. I didn't think I could get in a better mood. How you doing, man?
Man, guess who fooled around and caught the corona, bro?
Oh, you got it?
Oh, tested positive this past Monday.
Oh no! How you feeling?
You know what, man? It hasn't been that bad. I've slept. I don't know about you, but the fatigue has just wiped me out. It's all I want to do is sleep today. But I really don't. I'm not in any pain. Nothing hurts. I've had a little bit of a headache, but not like what you were saying. So
right,
hasn't been that bad.
Well, it affects everybody differently. Rita came through it compared to Deanna and myself. She came through it fairly, it's never great, but she, I got taken out. Deanna got taken out, and but it seems to affect everybody differently. I've talked to quite a few people that have had it. And I was with I guess you would say, my cousin-in-law, and she got it about the same time as the rest of us. No, she was about a week ahead of us. And I was talking to her last week, and she had said it was the day before I was talking to her was the first day for her where she started to feel normal. And she said, when you get to the end of it, she was like, about 6 weeks. She said the last 2 or 3 days, she started to feel much better and much better and much better and started to get her energy back. And it was kind of the same thing for me. Like yesterday, I was like, okay, all right, not so bad. And today's like the first day where I feel sort of normal, sort of. So 6 weeks.
I went and got round one. I went and got the vaccine. You have to take 2. And I went and took it last Saturday, and then I tested positive on Monday, so I'd obviously already had it. I go take round 2 the first week of February, and I don't know how I feel about that, but it's kind of a leadership move. As being the chief of a department, I feel like I kind of need to say, y'all should go get it, but I'm not going to.
Yeah,
that would be kind of hypocritical,
You know what was weird for me? You're a guitar player. I haven't had the desire to play guitar. I have not picked one up. I kind of noodled a couple of weeks ago, but it's weird, man. I mean, just no energy, none. I just wanted.
I get that. Yeah.
I just wanted to lay in bed and watch Golden Girls all day long. That's it.
Yeah, man, it's very, very strange how this works. But congratulations on a different note. Congratulations on being number 15th. That is outstanding.
Yep. That's it's pretty weird to see, those kind of names, and those are big names, and that's pretty cool. And we're the only one on that list, that is independent. We're not, some giant corporate syndicated monster. We're not. And that's pretty cool.
You and Rita can take give y'all full props and full credit for that, because y'all are very special. And the Fadernights, we love you guys, and that's why you're successful. It's because of you two. So thank you.
Well, I'm more concerned about you. So look. Let me tell you what my secret was for me to get through all of it. And I know it's bizarre, but it was a combination of ibuprofen, Tylenol, and Tylenol didn't get rid of the pain for me like ibuprofen did, but NyQuil at night was the only way I could sleep. And that's and coffee, sugar, and protein, and that's what I did. I just trying to fight the pain off. And when I say protein, I'm talking about chicken and steak, right? Just trying to keep my body fed so it had the energy to fight all of this stuff off. I tried to stay off of the carbs, and there you go.
Yep.
So be careful
Well,
of
I've already
zinc.
been turned on. I've already been, I'm only taking a half of one on the zinc. I'm not overdoing it on that.
Yeah, zinc is dangerous, and I think that was I think I overdid it on that, and that was a big part of my headaches. And you don't want to get into any toxicity situation with that. With me in the beginning, I was cranking on the vitamins and zinc and just you know, and it's too much of a good thing, you know. So just stay steady with it. Just stay steady with it. But NyQuil is going to be your friend. I guarantee it.
NyQuil. I've already found that out. Well, man, if we have any time left, can we go through a quick top 10 list?
Yeah, sure. You got the energy? Okay.
Oh man, dude, I'm just laying here.
Okay.
Laying here, so I'm not expending a whole lot of energy. But this is, you know what? I think this is 11. Maybe I'm cheating a little bit, but this is my favorite Westerns as far as movies go.
Oh, okay.
Throwing you a curveball.
Okay, total curveball.
So, sorry, I'm going to have to clear my throat occasionally, so I apologize for that up front. In no particular order, Deadwood, the movie, with Timothy Oliphant and Ian McShane. Now, did you ever get into Deadwood?
I did, and I'm a huge Ian McShane fan. Huge.
So am I.
Okay, number 2.
He's a genius. Silverado.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
Scott Glenn, Kevin Kline, Kevin Costner, Brian Dennehy. You know, I think got panned pretty hard by Rotten Tomatoes. It's kind of rates out low, but that thing was, I always thought it was a cool movie.
Next.
These are movies. Also, these are movies that if I see them on TV, I stop down and watch them. Okay, so the next would be Rio Bravo, John Wayne, Ricky Nelson, Dean Martin, Angie Dickinson, 1959.
One of the best of all time. That's Godfather stuff right there. Okay, next.
That is Godfather.
Man, it's such a good movie.
I know. The next is Blazing Saddles.
Oh, yeah, that's
dude. It's a Western. Come on.
Oh no, it's this is the thing. I love that movie so much, right? I think it's just one of the greatest movies ever made. They could never make it today.
Never make it now.
No, they could not.
Agree.
They could not.
The next movie is Giant with Rock Hudson, Liz Taylor, and James Dean.
Yep.
Have you ever seen that movie?
Yes, I have. Yep.
That was made in 1956. That's what you would call an epic film. They don't make epics anymore, but by God, that one was one.
Yep.
The next, and a very recent film, which you've probably seen, is Cowboys and Aliens.
Yeah, it was pretty good. With
Daniel Craig and Harrison Ford. I thought, you know what, it was fun. You don't take anything serious.
I'm not a big Jon Favreau fan.
I agree.
But that was a really good movie, and I'm not I just don't like Jon Favreau. I don't like him. His personality rubs me the wrong way. And then he goes and cranks out The Mandalorian. I'm like, man.
I know, right? I know.
So anyway. Yeah, Cowboys and Aliens.
Well, Cowboys and Aliens had Daniel Craig, which I love Daniel Craig. I think he was one of the best 007s that's ever been. Harrison Ford, of course, is a legend. And it also had the great Walton Goggins in it, who he's turned out to be one of my favorite actors. But anyway.
Yeah, he's great. Okay, next.
He is great. Next, Tombstone, Kurt Russell.
Oh, yeah.
Sam Elliott, Val Kilmer.
Yeah.
Maybe that movie's probably my top 10 of all time.
That might be, and Val, who has done some great stuff, but that might be Val's best film.
Agree. By far. I totally agree with that.
Yep. Okay, next.
I'm your Huckleberry. It was great.
Yeah.
Okay, the next, I'm lumping in 2 movies because they're both Tarantino movies, The Hateful Eight and Django.
Yeah, both great movies. Both
good.
Both great movies. Those two, it's kind of weird that you mentioned that. They're almost the same movie. he got into a formula of how he was going to, lay this out, and he did it. Two different settings, two different things, two different, subjects, but they were the same. I enjoyed them both. I mean, and the ending of Django, oh man, that shootout in the front of the house, man, that's one of the best. And but he did the same thing in Hateful Eight, right? The shootout at the end. Okay, so next up.
Okay. Once Upon a Time in the West.
Yeah.
Now, that's a Sergio Leone movie. Henry Fonda, Claudia Cardinale, which I've never heard of. Haven't seen her since or after. Before or after that movie. One of the most beautiful women I've ever seen. Charles Bronson, Jason Robards, another epic film. The next would be the Good, Bad, and Ugly trilogy.
I knew that's where you were going next. And it's too. See, this is the thing. When it comes to Leone and those spaghetti westerns, all of them are up there and epic. You have, you have the soundtrack. You have everything else that goes along with it. The best character actors ever, and every single one of them.
No doubt.
Every single one of them. Okay, so the good and the bad and the ugly, then what's next?
Well, here's the deal. Good, Bad, and Ugly, Outlaw Josie Wales, Unforgiven. I've got them all together because my main man, Clint Eastwood, did all those. Those are all excellent westerns.
What about High Plains Drifter?
How far you want me to go? I can go down his entire library, brother, and I'm in. If it's Clint Eastwood, I'm in.
Okay, but I love High Plains Drifter. Out of that whole lump, though, Once Upon a Time in the West and Good and Bad and the Ugly, I think High Plains Drifter is the best one.
High Plains Drifter is so quirky and weird, man. I love it.
Oh man, spooky.
And here I'm done with this. Now look, the Fadernauts are posting tons of good westerns. I love all of you folks. I love all the movies you're posting on here as well. But being from Texas, I'm very partial to this next movie, No Country for Old Men, with Josh Brolin, Tommy Lee Jones, Woody Harrelson.
Yep. I love that movie.
Now, I'm a stickler, man, on Texas accents because in a lot of movies they say they're supposed to be from Texas. They sound like they're from Georgia or some generic Southern accent. Texas sounds different than other people. And Josh Brolin is a California, he's an LA guy, and he nails it.
And
of course, Tommy Lee Jones is from Texas, so is Woody Harrelson.
Yeah. Woody Harrelson, Josh Brolin scared the crap out of me in that movie.
I love Josh Brolin.
I mean, very intense, very, very intense. And that might be, Josh Brolin has found his own place in Hollywood. He is just one of the elite actors. But No Country for Old Men may be his best, and he has been tearing it up the last 10 years. Josh Brolin,
I think that put him on the map.
And Woody Harrelson. I mean, holy crap, right?
Well, I find it ironic that he plays a hitman in that movie, which is what his dad was. If you know Woody Harrelson's story.
Yeah. I've talked about that. I've talked about that a few times on this show. He doesn't really. That's not in his bio. He leaves that part out.
Yeah, he don't go there much.
He leaves that part out. Mark, that's an incredible list, man. That's an incredible list. Except for High Plains Drifter.
I thought we'd break it up a little tonight.
Yeah.
I know, man. Sorry.
But you know what? What do you bump off of that? You can't bump Giant.
I know.
You can't bump Deadwood. No. You can't.
Rio Bravo.
No, Rio Bravo. Well,
maybe Cowboys and Aliens. We could bump it.
There was. What about Outlaw Josie Wales?
Yeah, it's on there. I had that.
Oh, you did?
Unforgiven, Cowboys. Yeah, Outlaw Josie Wales and Unforgiven.
Oh, I didn't write it down. Oh, I don't know how it blew past me. Okay. Hey, Mark, NyQuil, and enjoy the rest of your night.
Thanks, brother. And it's good to talk to you. Good to see the Fadernauts very active tonight. Love all of y'all, and y'all be careful. Talk to you next time.
Man, get better, my man. All right?
Thanks, brother.
I'll talk to you. Mark from Dallas. And that was pretty cool. That was a lot of fun. And we always do music top 10 lists, and he's always very creative with it, and I never agree with him, which is fun. But that was pretty cool. Best Westerns. There you go. Let's see who's up next. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hey, Jimmy. It's Heather from Mansfield.
Hey, Heather. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm feeling much better, thank you.
Yeah, I saw that earlier. First time, no headache.
Yeah.
Good job.
Well, I don't want to jinx it. But feeling pretty good. What's on your mind tonight?
Yeah. Well, I heard you talking earlier. You were like, after this week, I'm just done with it. I don't want to talk about it anymore. But
don't make me hang up on. Don't make me hang up on you.
Well, I don't want to hang up. I don't want you to hang up on me.
Okay.
This is what I wanted to say, and it's non-political. It's just about peace. There was one you had mentioned another comment on Twitter or somebody that had said, they were going to opt out this week because they just were tired of it. And I was kind of that way too, but I decided to listen because I wanted to hear different theories, different perspectives, try to understand all the way around, because that's the only way we're ever going to have any kind of peace between, any side, is if we understand. Like Richard Dolan, that was the best show ever. I got to be honest. He had some much needed clarity on a very impartial state where he just explained it from both sides, from his perspective, impartially. And it really affected me. It really did. Because I don't care if you're on one side or the other. I think the biggest thing I took away from that show was that, you have to understand the emotions. You have to understand the reasonings behind a side. And I think the only way that we can understand a side is if we understand their perspective and where they're coming from, and to have an open debate about it rather than just shutting one side down to the other. And based on the entire week, based on what I heard from all three guests was, you've got, these narratives where it's like, you got one side all summer saying one thing, and then you got these people saying this about this. But basically it's like, okay, we're going to blame some bad eggs for the whole group. And you can't do that on either side. You really can't. If you're peacefully protesting, you should be given that right. And if a few bad eggs ruin it, it shouldn't give the other people not the right to protest peaceably. And I think that that's where we've gotten away from, is it's like, let's hate a whole group based on a couple of bad people on both sides. They're both doing it.
Yep.
And I think the only way that we're going to have any kind of peace, and I'm just saying it out loud and hoping other people that maybe aren't on the same side of peace will just at least hear me out and just say, look, you're on one side and you're so set in your ways, but try to think of it as somebody else's perspective, and don't take the whole into consideration for a few bad eggs. That was my only comment that I wanted to make, and that I got that out of this week, and it was pretty powerful for me. So I'm just appreciative that you, even though, you're sick of it and you don't want to talk about it, and I get it, and a lot of people don't either, but I think not talking about it is not a good way to go. But I don't think that hashing out old stuff isn't going to do any good either. But trying to find a common ground, I guess, is the point I got out the whole week.
Yeah,
and I thank you for having the shows.
Yeah.
Because I got a lot of clarity out of it. I appreciate that.
No, and I thank you for pointing that out. The problem that is there, that we've got ourselves so dug in, is that people are stuck in a social media bubble where they, they're getting their news, they're hanging out with the same people, they're doing this, and they think that is how the world actually is. And
correct.
And everybody is stuck there. And it doesn't matter what side you're coming in from, because they're pummeled with it, and they're interacting with other people that are also right there in that zone, and they think that is how it is. And they're not, they don't have an opportunity to see the other side. They don't even want to hear it. and you get that for a year straight, well, then that's the problem that we have today. And I don't know.
Right.
I don't know. It's not going to continue. It's not going to continue. I think that the majority, probably 99% of the drama, got as bad as it could get, but it's behind us. It's over.
I'm hoping you're right.
No, it's over.
It's hoping over. You're right.
It's over. It's over. I'm done with it. I almost said a bad word. Let me just say this. I could give a crap.
A-R-A-T-S.
I could give a crap from either side. From either side.
Right.
I could give a crap.
I'm kind of with you too. Because it's like, we're not solving anything by being this way.
I don't
like as a country.
I've lost.
And if you aren't even willing to talk to the other side, find out where they're coming from, open your mind up to some kind of resolution, then you're the problem.
I just don't care anymore. I don't care. I've lost
All
interest.
Right. Well, I'll let
what I mean?
I'll let it go.
No, it's okay.
Want to talk about it anymore.
No, it's okay.
But after watching the show all week, I just felt like I had to.
No, what
put
you're
that
saying
out for other people to hear.
Right.
Just think about it from a different perspective.
Heather, this
try to come
conversation.
together.
Heather, this conversation I can have. This I can have.
Okay.
All right, but the rest of it, I could give a crap.
Right.
I'm done. I am absolutely done.
Right.
I am done. My TVs are off. I'm done reading about the news. I haven't, you know what? All day today and the majority of yesterday, right? The majority of yesterday, I didn't bother with the news. I didn't read it. I didn't care. I'm just done. I'm done. I'm over it. I'm just done. And right now I feel pretty good. And I'm just not going to get sucked back into it. I'm not going to do it. I could, that's it.
Right. Well, I'm kind of torn because there's that part of me that feels like, I just want to ignore it because I'm sick of it. But then there's this like social responsibility where it's, I feel like I don't want to be a propagator of any kind of hate on either side. But I feel like if I ignore it, then I'm just letting other people take control of a situation where, maybe I could, even my tiny little voice here in Mansfield might make some kind of difference to try to at least try for peace, But I don't know where to go because is anyone even going to hear me?
Right.
You know?
Well, and but this is the thing. Italian food, pizza, fish and chips, fried chicken, apple pie, popcorn with Parmesan cheese on it, Captain Crunch, Haagen-Dazs, and science fiction movies. And that's my future. That's it. I'm getting back to what made me
I know there's
happy.
A lot of people that will agree with you on that.
That's it. That's what makes me happy. And
Okay.
that's it. All right, I got to get to a commercial.
Well, yep, you bet. I just wanted to say that and hopefully reach somebody that was on the fence and maybe they don't care what I think, or maybe they heard something or listened to the show and maybe got some kind of thing. And hopefully, one little thought can spread out to a bunch of different people. So
thank you so much, Heather. Enjoy your weekend.
You too, Jimmy. Thank you for the time.
Okay. Heather from Mansfield with the right advice. All right, this is Fade to Black. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. It's Thursday night. It's Fadernight. It's open lines all night long. 747-228-2051. I'll be right back. Stay with us.
This is Fade to Black with Jimmy Church on the Game Changer Radio Network and KGRA, the Global Radio Alliance.
This is KGRA Digital Broadcasting Station. Salt Lake City, Utah. Van Buren, Arkansas.
Hello, my name is Billy Carson, and I am a best-selling author and the founder of ForbiddenKnowledge.tv. Together with my team, we have built an all-new conscious streaming TV platform designed with every family member in mind. If you have ever wanted to travel the world and attend lectures and workshops from your favorite speakers but weren't able to, look no further. ForbiddenKnowledge.tv. There are dozens of workshops and lectures from speakers you know and love. We have also included amazing categories to assure that your consciousness is entertained and elevating on a daily basis. Amazing interviews, ancient history, ascension knowledge, wisdom teachings, documentaries, conspiracies, mysteries, health and fitness, conscious cooking, meditations, finance, yoga, and so much more. To start your free trial on any mobile device or computer, surf to ForbiddenKnowledge.tv. That's Forbidden Knowledge with the number 4, ForbiddenKnowledge.tv. Again, visit ForbiddenKnowledge.tv today.
Listen, I know, and you know, that you've always wanted your first crystal skull. Or maybe you're a collector just like me, but you just don't know where to go to find the real thing. Then I met Carolyn Ford over at EinsteinTheCrystalSkull.com. Carolyn is the guardian of Einstein, one of the most respected ancient crystal skulls in the world. All of her unique skulls have been imprinted sitting with Einstein in his sacred lodge and are carved from the finest gemstone and materials. Imprinting is the process of receiving the ancient wisdom from the master skull or master computer, Einstein, the ancient crystal skull. To see Carolyn's current collection of crystal skulls, just visit her store at EinsteinTheCrystalSkull.com or click on the banner over on our site. Don't forget to use the promo code Jimmy at checkout to receive 10% off of your order today. That's promo code Jimmy. Finding your first or next crystal skull is easy. Just visit EinsteinTheCrystalSkull.com. When you take the beans from Central America with dashes of Indonesian and African mixed in and then roasted to the dark side of fade to black, you create the ultimate brew of fringe. Introducing the Fade to Black blend from River Moon Coffee. Yes, River Moon's darkest customized roast was created for the love of Fade to Black. The alchemy of masterful roasting and smoking the beans is in every sip of this full-bodied, dark Java. I need my coffee dark, deep, with distinct bittersweet chocolate highlights, just like the bunker. Leaning further into the darkness of the roast is Fade to Black blend from River Moon Coffee. Just click on the banner at jimmychurchradio.com and use the promo code F2BBLEND for 15% off of your order today. Go Beckley Teppy.
Hello, I'm Katie, and you're listening to my main man, Jimmy Church, on jimmychurchradio.com.
Hi, this is Ray Hobbs here, repping the planet, and you're listening to my good friend, Jimmy Church, Fade to Black, on the Game Changer Network and the KGRA Digital Broadcast Station.
This is Toby Kebbell. You're listening to JimmyChurchRadio.com. Don't hurt me, Jimmy. I'm only little.
Hey, I'm Adrian Grenier. And this is Ari Gold. We're the Honey Brothers.
Yes.
We are of the Honey Brothers. Hey, I'm Adrian Grenier.
And I'm Ari Gold.
We're the Honey Brothers.
And you're listening to Jimmy Church.
The Revolution.
This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black, and you can become an official Fadernight by just going to our membership section at jimmychurchradio.com.
Hello, this is Serena Wright Taylor from Conscious Life Expo, and you're listening to Fade to Black with Jimmy Church, who holds the Lucky Pony record for the best astrological chart since 1963. True story.
This is Micah Hanks of the Gralien Report, and you're listening to Jimmy Church on Fade to Black, across the globe on the Game Changer Radio Network and the one and only KGRA Radio, The Planet.
Welcome back, Fade to Black. I am your host, Jimmy Church. Thursday night, Fader night. Open lines all night long. That's Rapture right there. Carolyn Ford. EinsteinTheCrystalSkull.com. Rita thinks that Rapture is hers. It ain't happening. It ain't happening.
All right. 747-228-2051. Open lines all night long. Let's go straight back to the phones. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hello, Jimmy. This is Chuckles from Pennsylvania, sir. How you doing?
Hey, Chuck. How are you, man?
Well, good, which is amazing, but I actually feel pretty good.
Good.
Yeah. So I'd like to run something by you and the always informative Fadernauts. The other night when you had Mr. Nolan on, awesome phone call, awesome show. As always, it just keeps getting better and better and better. You keep topping yourself, which is frightening. Anyway, remember when you guys were discussing how, cautious you got to be about what you say online anymore. And you were just joking around, and I get it. You were joking. You were going #cheeseburger or Anyway, that was funny, but completely serious at the same time. So anyway, this is what I've come to realize, and this is why this community of ours, we're going to be okay, man. Here's the dealio, yo. So not going Democrat, Republican, or political, because just like you, I can't stand it. But right now, I guess I would assume a worldwide basis, but most certainly in the United States, there's a massive group of people that everything that they're thinking and saying is in their minds. And I'm not mad at them. I feel honestly bad for most people, but in their minds, they think what they're doing is correct and right and for the good of the people. Is that a fair statement, number A? Yay or nay? Okay. Give me the answer.
Well,
okay. I know where you're going.
The thing is, I feel that, even this discussion right now is a way to continue the angst. Mm-hmm. Right? I'm just not into it anymore. And the other part of it is, cool. The other part of it is, Chuck, is that I feel that the days are just going to get better and better and better and better and improve. That's it. And the only way that can happen is if we all get into the same mindset. And
I agree.
That's it.
I agree.
That's it. Okay, next question. So, next point.
All right, good. So, and again, I promise you the third point is absolutely awesome. But anyway, so my first, and I'm being very generalized. Second point, there's a whole bunch of people that feel like they're being silenced, and they are feeling like more and more shut out. And again, I'm trying, and I'm going with the mindset that nobody's necessarily really mad at anybody. There's just two really confused masses right now is honestly the way that I'm going with it. So anyway, where we should be, I think, where we will be, where we are, is to always be awake and be aware of your surroundings. I'm not saying to go crazy time. No. What I'm saying is that if you're always aware of the world and conversations and feelings around you, you can keep your feelings in check. If you are unaware of what's around you and you just kind of roll with the flow, then you'll just get caught up in the tidal wave. And I really feel that it's like, wait a minute, as long as I'm aware that I don't think that's very cool and this is very cool, but that's really awesome. As long as I remain aware of that and I can see it, then I'll be okay. And the ones that I love, because I watch out for them and I care for them, hopefully they'll be okay. And then it'll just keep going and going and going. And at some point, very soon, everything's going to be okay. But we just got to remain aware. The old me, the pre-fade to black me, and I mean that in a very serious way, the last 4 or 5 years has been like so educational. I think I would have gone with one of those two flows. Does that make sense?
Yes,
now
it does.
I'm going with my flow, what I know is right inside me. That's basically all I was trying to say, that if you feel right inside, like truly, not influenced by people, you as a person, you feel right about this, it's going to be okay. And I thought of that when you were doing the whole hashtag joke, because I picked my phone up the minute you did that the other night when you went hashtag cheeseburgers or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm willing to bet a whole lot of faders picked their phones up too. But if you noticed, none of us actually hashtag back, you're a communist, ha, 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 because that's what you and Richard were talking about. There was a reason why I don't think any of us even joked back at it, because we're like, wait a minute, I understand exactly what Jimmy and Richard are saying. That's a very valid point. And you have to understand the point and talk about it, but you don't want to fuel it.
Right.
So I'm trying not to.
Well, the other way around this is in your feed, wherever you're hanging out in social media, is just mute and unfollow anybody that's going to take you into a negative zone. Just mute it. Clear it out. I have been doing it constantly. I mean, hundreds. Just mute. I don't want to hear it. I don't care.
That's easy.
And that's it. I mean, you'd be really surprised to look at my feeds. There's nothing there. If I don't want to see it, if I don't want to hear it, I've lost interest.
Oh yeah.
I've lost interest.
Yeah, I have too, but what happens if it's somebody you love that's completely on the other side?
So, I mean, I made that point the other night. With friends and people that I've known for 30, 40 years, man, you know what? I'm not going to change their mind. I'm not going to do it. And it's just the way that it is. So I don't want to deal with it. That's it. Well, listen, Chuck, enjoy your weekend, man. And, just like I said, everything is going to get better every single day. It's just better and better and better and better. That's it. Everything is behind us now.
I agree.
It's all behind us.
Roses and flowers hanging out of our pockets, right, Jimmy?
That's it, Chuck. That's the only way to be.
Yeah.
All right, man.
All right, man.
Take care of yourself.
Faders rock. Love you guys. Have a wonderful night.
We love you right back. Thank you so much, Chuck. And it's really the only way to be. The only way to be. Just look. Mute. If it's negative, mute. Unfollow, mute. Doesn't matter. They don't know. You're still on a friends list. You're still being followed and all of that. Just mute. Get rid of it. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hi, Jimmy. This is Nathan in Ohio.
Hi, Nathan. How are you tonight?
I'm doing all right. You were talking about, you've been referencing Silent Hill a lot.
Uh-huh.
And I know you just said you came out of Silent Hill, but that's kind of synchronistic to me because I had so many experiences with in my experiences, which have been essentially lifelong, the beings that I associate as being sort of the good guys always arrived in a two-tone purple craft that was a disc. But I called because I wanted to tell you that I've called for years and I've been trying to understand some things, obviously, because I have dealt with this now, dealt with resurfacing memories for about 8 years. And I'm trying to find a good where would you turn as far as like researchers and things like that if you really thought you wanted to talk to people about what you've dealt with?
I'm not following you. What are you
would
asking?
I've hit a point where I feel like what needs to happen, what needs to happen is I need to be able to get my story out. But I don't want to, it's not about being correct. It's about learning on my own what's going on in my life, but also maybe fitting some extra pieces in, because I think I've seen a lot of things that fit the mold of abductions and fit the mold of experiences, but maybe some of the context to what I've dealt with is important.
Yeah, I have. I don't have much of advice in something like this. What it sounds to me like, you need to get in touch with a group that gets together and discusses these experiences.
Yeah.
But you're in Ohio. I don't know anybody in Ohio. I would reach out. There are a few different groups around the country. There is Zero. I think there's another group that's in New York, and you need to reach out to them, and maybe they know of something in your area. That's the only thing I can think of. Something like People of Earth. Where you can go and sit down and discuss these things. But I have no idea where you would even start. Daryl Sims is somebody that may be able to give you some advice. You could reach out to him. Maybe you know somebody in your area. He's in Texas. Ciro is based here in Los Angeles. I'm trying to think of other abduction groups that are out there. Lori McDonald might have some advice. You can reach out to her. I don't know of anybody in the Ohio area.
I understand that.
So
it's just.
I would
you hit a point where you're like, or I hit a point where the things that have been happening match up with the things that they've been showing me for years. And it's kind of I feel like the thing that would help me best in life, the way I could get past a lot of the traumatic elements of things and stuff like that, and try to, because I do struggle trying to put my life back in order once this kind of kicked in. Because I've had, it's just it's a genuine issue for me. And
yeah, I know. Well, look.
I'm sorry. I probably shouldn't have called you about it. I feel bad now.
Well, I if I knew somebody directly
it's just
in Ohio,
I called for a while and I thought.
Yeah, of course. And this is a family here. But I would reach out to Daryl Sims. I would reach out to Ciro, which is CIRO. They have a website. You can try there, and hopefully that they can point to somebody, because that's a network. That's what they do, and see what you can do there. But you need to get into a group setting and go hang out.
Yeah.
Nathan, enjoy your weekend, man.
You too. Go Beckley Tepe.
Right back at you, man. Thank you so much. And if anybody out there, where you are in a situation when it comes to abduction and contact, I always think about People of Earth, because I always thought that was just spot on the money. And what that would be like. And Ciro has been around for such a long time, and Daryl Sims has been dealing with this for such a long time, and others too, as well. And so that's what I would do. They, how do I say this? It's a network. They know each other. Kathleen Martin is somebody else who is great, and she's in Florida. I just don't know of anybody in Ohio. So, but yeah, that's what I would suggest to anybody. Just get into the network. Get into the network like Ciro and Daryl Sims and Kathleen Martin and see what they can do. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Go Beckley Tempe. It's Terry and Indy, buddy. How you doing?
Oh, hey, Terry. How are you, man?
Man, I'm doing pretty good for 2021. How about you?
Yeah, I'm doing all right, man. I'm doing all right. You know, just every day, man. Just I feel great today compared to, oh, man, this last 6 weeks has just been, I keep using the word torture, but it's about as close as I can get to trying to describe what it was like. There wasn't any magic thing I could do to escape this COVID thing. There was nothing. Nothing. Man, and I was cracking jokes about hard drugs with my friends, but I got to tell you, I was right there. I was right there, man. I was like, man.
Well, I'll tell you what. After you got it, I decided to get the shot. So I've had my first shot as of January 2nd, and I got to go back here at the end of the month and get the second one.
Well, and you and the family though, so far have gotten through it unscathed.
Yeah, I mean, I've had quite a few neighbors and a lot of people I work with get it, but knock on wood, we're free right now.
Yep, I've had so many conversations with people over the last couple of weeks. They got it. I was like, wow, and the funny thing about it, Terry, is 6 months ago, when you go and you look at the numbers and you can see the charts and graphs, where 6 months ago, where so many people were either like, man, this is it's a hoax, it's not real, and thing. That was a whole different world. And today, where you're looking at these numbers, and especially here in Los Angeles, it's like everybody's got it in LA. I mean, the hospitals, in Los Angeles, trip on this. The ambulance drivers have been told that if somebody's not going to make it, don't bring them to the hospital. That's it. There's no bed space. There isn't. You can't, so if somebody's like in the throes of death, leave them where they are. And it's like, I couldn't believe that this is because there is no hospital space. There is no bed space. In Los Angeles County, this was like 3 days ago, it said in Los Angeles County, there were 17 ICU beds available in the county of 18 million people.
That's pretty weak. 18
million. That's where we're at here. So you can't say in LA, you can't joke, oh, it's not real. Everybody's got it. Everybody's dealing with it. It's nasty. Anyway, so what's on your mind tonight?
Hey, did you know the parlor's down?
No, I heard that it is, though. Let's see. Hold on. I don't believe you. Hold on. Let's see. No, it's still down, Terry.
It's still down.
Yeah.
Dang it.
Yeah, it's still down.
Well,
it's still down.
I mean, who would have thought? Well, hey, you know what? I was sitting here tonight, and I'm just, I'm anticipating this second jab, and I'm envisioning all my freedom, and I'm sitting here thinking to myself, what top 5 UFO shows are going to be available this year? I saw you're going to be at Starworks and Contact. What else you got on the plate?
I've got Conscious Life Expo, but that's going to be virtual. I'm going to have a big announcement for that on Monday. So I was actually told not to say anything about it tonight, that I had to wait until Monday, but you squeezed that out of me. That'll be virtual. Contact in the Desert. I'm assuming, I don't even know at this point if that's going to be virtual or if that's going to be an in-person thing. Then there is Starworks, of course, in November. And then there is another event around May in Laughlin that we will probably do that too as well. We haven't made the official announcements on that, so that's 5. I don't know what's going on with the UK, and with COVID and the way that things are playing out right now. I don't know what's going to go on with international flights and everything else. So I don't know. I wanted to really get over to the UK last year, Manchester. I was, looking forward to that. And they've got a new venue, but that was all in anticipation of COVID being over. So now, here we are in January, and this is what's crazy. We're halfway through January. We're going to be in February here in 2 weeks. And so we're like fully into 2021 now, and things haven't started to go the other direction. So I don't know. I really don't. I don't have a crystal ball at this point. And I would say that if there was a sure thing, it's going to be Star Works in Laughlin in November, right?
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking too.
That'll be the sure thing. Well, like Ronnie McMullen said, the race that I was supposed to, until I got COVID, that was in Laughlin. That got rescheduled. And then, so they went out to Prim, Nevada. That was on private property. They get out there, started the time trials, and then that got shut down. I mean, there's just nothing going on. And I don't know. So you want to come out to Laughlin for sure?
Yeah, I'm coming.
Okay. That's going to be cool. I mean, there's a river there. Laughlin's beautiful, and it's not Vegas. It's green, right? It's a different vibe. But Laughlin's really cool. So, are you going to bring Jack with you, or he'll be in school?
Well, we're finding out tonight at midnight, I think, if he gets into Purdue or not.
Oh, really? Boilermaker.
Yeah, he's been accepted in a lot of places, so.
Wow, he's going to be a Boilermaker. That's cool. I'm all down for that.
Yeah, who would have thought? Coming out to that conference, CITD, man, that cemented him in for aerospace. So.
Terry, enjoy your weekend, man, and just behave out there in Indianapolis, all right?
Hey, I will, man. Just keep us up to date on these UFO shows, man.
I will. When everything is solid, I'll announce it, okay?
All right, bro. Have a good weekend. Tell Rita, hey.
Yeah, thank you, Terry. Terry, out there in Indy, he's actually, he's in Geis, which is not technically Indianapolis. It's the good part of town. He's on the right side of the tracks. This is Fade to Black, 747-228-2051, Thursday night, Fadernight. More of your phone calls are next. I'm your host, Jimmy Church, on the Game Changer Network and KGRA, The Planet. Stay with us.
Way out here, we listen to Jimmy Church.
You're listening to Fade to Black.
Always on the edge of the hottest alternative talk. Jimmy Church with Fade to Black. KGRARadio.com.
¿Qué tal, mis amigos? Yo soy Mario Carson, el tiburón, y los invito para que escuchen a mi buen amigo Jimmy Church Radio. ¡Claro que sí!
Do you want to be an official Fadernaut? Of course you do. This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black. Just go to our membership section at jimmychurchradio.com. Fadernauts. When you think about the future of our country and where we're headed, do you wonder about the food supply? I do. Disruptions in the food supply chain could be disastrous, and they usually occur with little warning. That's why the smartest thing you can do today is to stockpile emergency food, water, and other essentials. I personally recommend My Patriot Supply. They're the nation's largest emergency preparedness company, serving millions of customers for more than a decade. In fact, they're the only source my family trusts for our preparedness plan. You should too. Right now, save 20% off a full 4-week supply of delicious meals that provide 2,000 calories a day. Saving 20% helps too, doesn't it? Especially now. So go to preparewithjimmy.com and get ready. That's preparewithjimmy.com. There's no time to lose. Do it now.
So, you love talk radio? Then you'll love TalkStreamLive.com. TalkStream Live is always on, 24/7, with the best streaming talk shows. Find your favorite talkers and discover some new ones. It's free, readily available online or on mobile with any smartphone or tablet. Finding your favorite talk shows all in one place has gotten a whole lot easier. Just go to TalkStreamLive.com. Be sure to download the free apps from Google Play or the iTunes App Store.
You listen to us, and we listen to you. And so does the CIA. KGRARadio.com.
You are listening to Fade to Black with Jimmy Church on the Game Changer Network.
Oi, oi, I'm Reese Evans. You're listening to Jimmy Church. This is Revolution. The revolution will not be televised. The revolution is on radio. Ciao.
Welcome back, Fade to Black. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. I just got myself into some trouble with Rita about Rapture. She said, you better bring Rapture home. That's not even funny. So there you go. I vibed for one night in the studio. Man, she's beautiful. She's incredible. All right. 747-228-2051. Open lines all night long. Truly the greatest night in all of talk radio and all of the world is Fadernight. And I get to hang out with all of you, and it's even better when I'm in a good mood. Let's go back to the phones. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hey, Jimmy, it's Sarah Ann. How
Hi,
are you?
Sarah Ann. What's cracking?
How's it going?
It's
I'm a little bit tipsy from the whole parlor drinking game thing.
Are you
I'll do my best.
Are you hanging?
Yeah, I'm hanging in there, you know.
Okay. Well,
Relax.
I don't know if you know this. Parlor is still down.
Damn it, hold on.
Oh man, what are you drinking?
Well, oh gosh, now I've switched to white wine. It's going to be a messy morning. I can tell already. Don't.
Right on. Man. Oh
Anyway,
man,
it's all good. It's all good.
Right on. Right on.
I like what everybody's talking about tonight. It's very philosophical, if you will. I'm feeling the vibe of the call-on tonight.
Yeah, it's definitely. I like you're slurring your speech.
I know. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna pull it together. I'm so sorry.
It's great. It's great. You know, last weekend we had a couple of friends over at the house, and I drank. It was Prosecco with white cranberry juice.
Huh.
Yeah.
A little bit of antioxidant action.
Man, that was pretty like a crazy mimosa, right? Instead of orange juice or something. But white cranberry with it was white cranberry peach juice, white with Prosecco. Man.
That sounds really sweet, but it was good?
It was, oh man. That was tasty.
Not to get distracted from the reason for my call-in, but lately my go-to thing is apple cider vinegar, you know, the organic mother stuff with, some really good filtered water, maybe even sparkling water, lots of ice, and vodka.
Oh, really?
Feels like you're cleansing the system, Jimmy.
All right.
No guilt.
All right. That sounds like an old school remedy. You know, that's an old school remedy right there that would work for just about anything. So yeah,
I'll go to that next just to make the night feel okay.
Well, you know what's really weird, and especially through this last 6 weeks, I just haven't had the taste for alcohol. But over the last year, everybody knows my affinity, how much I love vodka and chilled vodka. That's my thing.
Right.
But I gotta say, a really, really good tequila is so tasty. Oh man, and
I got into that for a while because it's like, if it's all organic, like tequila was like the hackers sort of go-to drink. If it was like organic, you put it with just some sparkling water, some lime, some lemon, you weren't really doing anything bad. I did that for a while.
Yeah, really good top shelf tequila, really good stuff is so tasty. So tasty. So anyway, so what's on your mind?
Oh gosh, well, I was just curious about when you keep saying that everything's going to get better, what does that look like to you? Because I have to agree with you, but I'm just like, what does that look like for Jimmy Church?
Well, it's that my concern is always whether it's the UFO community, right, the Fadernauts, but also the country in general, right? In that my take is we, especially over the last 6 months, we knew we were being pummeled with dates, right? The election, the dates, right? The dates of the debates, and then the election, and then this, and recounts, and dates, and court dates, and everything was just like, okay, in 2 days, right? It's 3 days. This, and it's my opinion that the last scheduled darkness was 2 days ago. And and that's it. I mean, that's it. It's just, it's done. It's done. So from here forward, everything is just going to be, we don't have any scheduled disasters now, and that's it. That's it. I'm just done. I'm done. I am done. For the media to constantly drill us about this next date that we have to look forward to. They don't have those dates anymore. They don't have those bullets in the gun. So
the key is like, what if they do have those dates? I mean, the thing is like, from my perspective, Jimmy, I couldn't agree with you more, but the drama I feel is like just going to continue.
No.
And I don't know if I would.
It's not.
But it doesn't have to continue for a person.
Right.
Like for me, it's just, what can be done with the drama and how can we support one another in that regard? That's the thing. It's like, for things to go back to normal, I would rather die than that happen. It's just like, I'm almost feeling like I'm more interested in taking these so-called episodes of drama to connect with another person's pain and anxiety to just feel like normal.
Sort of. I mean, I could. I mean, that's a personal choice, and I could understand that. My personal choice is screw it. I'm just done. And Rita just she just texted me. You just said I'm done 100 times, but it's just where. I mean, I can't take it anymore. Do you remember? What was?
But that's like you being in charge of you, which is really good. You're not playing the victim. That's you being in charge of you. That's what I think needs to happen in this community. I think that conflict happens because people are acting like a victim. They don't want to be in charge of themselves, and they don't want to be in charge of understanding how other people feel.
Right. But there was also, yes, of course. But then you have to, what is feeding that? What is the fuel to all of that? And I'm saying that the fuel and the feeding of all of that is over. There isn't anything left, and that's it. We still have to, Sarah Ann, we have to work. We have to feed our family. We have to take care of things. We've got a life that needs to be dealt with. You can't put all of that stuff on the side. It's been a 1-year vacation. That's it. It's over. And 2021, I can't wait. When I got that report in today that I had commented about at the top of the show, which was that hold on, I'm going to pull it up here.
Yeah.
Where is it? Here it is. Where Jerome Powell, he's head of the Federal Reserve Chair, and it said today at Princeton University that we're going to get back to spending. It's going to be exuberant spending. We're going to be happy. We're going to be in a great mood. We're going to go out there, and there's going to be so much of it that prices could start to increase, and maybe there might be a taste of inflation. You know what? Let's go. Happy times are here again. Let's get back to it and start to feel normal. And what makes you feel good? You know what? Buying a new pair of shoes. Getting, you know what I mean? Go out there,
yeah,
and get yourself something and reward yourself. And I think that is exactly what is going to happen. All of these restaurants are going to open back up. New businesses are going to get started. You know, things, and I mentioned this 6 months ago. This isn't like we're rebuilding from a war, right? We don't have to do that. We just have to get back to normal. That's it. And it is going to be fun. Everything, the economy, everything is just going to go, whoo, and that's it. And
I don't totally agree with you, but I do agree with the part about, the necessity for fun. Lately, for fun, I've been watching The Family Feud, and I recommend it for everybody.
Oh, that's a good show. That's a good show.
It really is.
But
it really is when you watch it now and you look at like all the different races, just like having fun, and it's really good. Everybody should watch it. It'll get you through these times.
All right. Well, Sarah Ann, in a couple of months, we're going to have another conversation, and we'll see. But
Jimmy.
I'm never wrong. Never, ever. Don't ask Rita that, but I'm never wrong.
True that, Jimmy. Just keep steering us in that positive direction. That's all I can say.
Have a great weekend, Sarah Ann. Thank you so much.
All right, my dear. And try my cocktail, I'm telling you.
Well, I don't know if you know this yet. Parlor is still down. I'll talk to you.
Bye.
Bye. Yeah. Yep. All right, let's see. Let me see who I've got up next. All right. This is Fade to Black. It's Thursday night. It is Fadernight. Open lines all night long. 747-228-2051. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hey, what's up, Jimmy? This is David and Lori from Lakeland, Georgia. How are you?
I'm doing good, David and Lori. How are you guys?
Hey, your brother Clint. Hey, my brother Clint. Go back to Tempe.
Right on. Hey, Clint. What's cracking? What's on your mind?
Nothing too much. My brother had a quick question for you, and I got some questions. Have you tried that Dookie Drive pedal, Billy Joe from Green Day, where they took his amps from the Dookie record and Insomniac and made it into a pedal? 25th anniversary.
Yeah, I have seen it. I haven't tried it. Have you?
No, brother. We're about to buy it. It's just getting more and more and more in price. It's so badass. It sounds so good.
I'm not. Yeah, this is. I have always been. This goes back to the very, very beginning. I have always been anti-pedal. Not anti-pedal. That's saying it wrong. But I have always liked a cable going straight into the amp, reverb on the amp, and my distortion and things from the amp, maybe 2 channels, right, clean and dirty. And because I don't like to think about having to go to a stop box, right? It kind of breaks my concentration. But and there's always a but, right? So about 15 years ago, maybe a little longer, back to around 2000, into that area, I got into modeling and effects, and I got a Digitech Genesis 3. I got the expression pedal, a volume pedal, and a wah, and suddenly, and Digitech sent me the massive pedal board that goes with that. So that had like 10 switches on it. I had all these multi effects, and all of a sudden, And so I went the other way, and so I've got a setup like that now. I don't have a ton of pedals, but I've got a pedal board that multi-switches into effects, right? You follow where I'm going?
100%.
Yep.
Jimmy,
yes.
You're a busy man. This right here is my question. When I first moved to Georgia, my brother, he got on the phone with you and Chris Bledsoe. It blew my mind. My brother asked him a question. It was open line saying, what is your scariest thing to ever happen? And he opened up a new chapter when I heard him say this. It was amazing.
And he said Easter, remember?
Easter prior. That's something it's so crazy. I was looking at it. It's like episode 1000. What is it?
08?
I think. It's where he takes your call.
Yeah.
Well, there's already been an Easter. I was wondering if you talk to him, ask him about if anything happened this prior Easter in 2020.
I will do that. And there has been... it's funny that you bring that up because I've gotten about 5 or 6 emails about this, and there was some chatter in social media too. So Easter is coming up. Cool. I think we should get Chris on the show and deal with this head on. How's that?
Terrifying. He said, Jimmy, he's so comfortable with you. I mean, you're straight, you mellow. You're like that Dookie Drive pedal, Just thank you so much. And I've never heard Chris talk like that. His most terrifying thing.
Hey, you know what? Can I say this? That album, Dookie, that thing from beginning to end is rock and roll. Man.
Rock 100%.
Oh, man.
To the max. And there's a great documentary on it, too.
Yeah, there is. No, I've seen it. That's a great documentary. It's a great documentary.
So much love for you, man. My brother got the River Moon coffee. He ordered. I love it. Which it is good. He barely shares, but good to talk to you. I just appreciate you so much, man. And Chris Bledsoe blew my mind. Like, you give us a channel to talk to these people, and it was just amazing.
All right. Well, listen, I'll reach out to Chris over the weekend for you guys. All right?
Yeah. Awesome. You got that.
All right.
Jimmy, is it okay if I have a couple questions for you, like quick questions?
Okay, go.
Okay. Do you remember the little spirals in the sky that used to happen?
Yes.
Okay. Now, I've always wondered, like, with the whole CERN thing, what's in your mind about the whole CERN thing? What you think CERN is doing, and if they might have caused these gateways or whatnot?
Right. Okay. The spirals in the sky. I don't think those had anything to do with CERN. I think those spirals in the sky were rocket tests that the Soviet Union was doing, and they were, secret, so they couldn't tell, So I think those were rockets going out of control. But CERN, on the other hand, and I believe this, okay? They are doing experiments that they don't know what they are up to. They don't know. They are doing crazy stuff at the speed of light, crashing particles into each other, and they are literally trying to create miniature black holes. And and so when you're doing that kind of stuff where you just want to see what the results are, to open up a portal, which they may not even know that they have done, right? They may not.
What's on the other side of it too?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. When you look at the Mandela effect and the things that everybody is talking about, and you go back and you look at the dates of when CERN, flipped the power switch to where all of this insanity started around the world. I'm thinking,
right.
CERN.
That could be. Oh wow.
CERN is guilty. So anyway, I'll probably get a lawsuit in the morning. You guys have a great weekend. All right.
Love you. Watching you live.
Thank you so much.
Fadernight, brother.
You guys have a great night.
You and Rita, take care.
That's what I'm talking about. Dave, Lori, and Clint from Georgia, 100% causing trouble tonight. And when it comes to CERN, I think that they're doing experiments that they just don't have control over. And as crazy as that sounds, I'm feeling pretty good when I say that. They don't know. They don't know. Could they have introduced strangeness into here? Entities? I don't know. Mandela effect, time shifts, weirdness. I don't know. But the timing is suspect. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hi, Jimmy. It's Jackson from Culver City this time.
Jackson from Culver City. All right, I'm going to test you to see if you're really from Culver City. Give me the cross streets.
We did this last time when I said I was in Van Nuys. I'm at Venice and Overland.
Oh, man. Okay, so I'm trying to think of the Cuban restaurant that is right there on the corner of Venice and Overland with the garlic chicken. Oh, man.
Oh, I know what you're thinking of. It's literally like right down the street.
Hold on for a second.
That place is so good.
Yeah, Cuban garlic chicken. Watch this. Venice Boulevard. Hold on. Because that's the original one. And it is Versailles. Oh, man.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, there's one in the Valley, too, as well. It's pretty good. But that one on Venice Boulevard, right there, it's on Overland and Venice, right there on the corner. So
yeah, that's like right next to me.
Yep. I had a friend that lived on Venice and Overland, between Versailles and Overland, on the west side of Overland, in that big apartment building right there on Venice. And it's a ginormous apartment building. And so if you're in that area, you know the one I'm talking about. What's on your mind tonight, Jackson?
So everyone's been talking about like everything that's been going on like the past couple of weeks, and I kind of figured, why don't I change up the script and give you a story that I have?
Go.
So I was listening to one of your shows from last year. I think it was from last year, and you were saying how you wished you heard more alien abductions from male people.
Oh, okay. I did say that. Yes.
So it's a little bit weird me saying this because I actually have never really thought abductions were much of a thing. But I think I might have had one last year. But it's weird.
How do you think you've been abducted?
Well,
I mean, isn't
weird
it
because
isn't it either or?
I say it's weird because I've also been practicing astral projection for like the past 2.5 years.
Okay.
So sometimes I can't tell, and this one has just been eating away at me, and I'm not entirely sure what to think of it because I remember so many of the feelings, but there's like 2 details I'm really fuzzy on that I can't explain. So I just came back from working a gig out in Utah. I was back in Van Nuys. It was a couple days later, doing my nightly routine. I usually turn on something peaceful on YouTube on my TV before I go to sleep. I have my phone across the room with alarm set so I can actually get up in the morning since I just hit snooze when it's right next to me. And I'm going to sleep. The next thing I remember is I'm walking through this hallway. I don't know how I got there. And this hallway, it was strange. Like the floor vibrated, but it didn't feel like the vibration of an engine. If you've ever touched an electric fence on a ranch, it felt like that, just a little bit less. I remember I was barefoot because I was in my PJs, and I just felt this energy shooting through me that I couldn't explain. I was being escorted by these 2 figures that were both taller than I am. I'm 6 foot.
Whoa.
And they were at least another foot taller than me.
So what? Okay, Jackson. I'm going to make this quick. I've got 3 minutes. Okay,
Gotcha.
So go. I get to all the best parts. I want to hear it all.
So they were escorting me down this hallway. I remember looking up at both of their faces, but I can't see them now. It feels like every time I try and see their faces, it's like I'm looking at them through like a soap smeared window, you know?
Okay.
But I didn't feel like I was in too much danger, but I was in a place I didn't know. And so what I did was the fight or flight instinct kicked in and I started running. I remember getting to this intersection. I took a right, and the easiest way I could explain where I ended up was this observation deck. It was completely empty. It was large. And whenever I ran up to it, these windows, which weren't windows, they were metal. They were transparent. They all kind of just went transparent. And it was like if you were in an airplane that was cruising right above the cloud layer, but also kind of just in it. And everything was just orange and pink. I have no idea where I was, but it was absolutely beautiful. The next thing I know is I am grabbed and I'm lifted up from behind. I didn't see anything behind me. I didn't see anything grabbing me. I could not move. I'm like at eye level with these figures, but again, I can't remember what their faces were. And they hand me what easiest I can explain is a book. It had this weird engraving or like skull pattern on it with this, I want to say red button or like red ruby rock type thing. I opened it up and I saw these, these characters, and I'm going to be quite honest with you. They look like runes.
Okay.
Like Celtic and Nordic runes.
Okay.
And the thing that really bugs me about that is, with a lot of the research I've done into my dreams and into dreams in general, is that when you open a book in a dream, you normally can't read it because there's too much processing power your mind has to do in order to have anything legible on there. But I remember seeing every character very clearly, and it was kind of moving this weird way. I remember seeing a photo of myself as well, but it wasn't like it was like a photo out of the runes. It wasn't a photo that we would take. I remember them talking, but I couldn't understand them. And then the next thing I know, I'm in my room again, but I didn't feel like I was asleep. I didn't feel like I was astral projecting, but I also didn't feel like I was all there myself. I got up and I turned on my box fan.
Well, I'm just going to say this. I got to head to a commercial break, but I'm going to say this. I'm not a professional, right? I can't claim that I'm a professional, but you were abducted. Yeah. You were abducted, man. That's what that sounds like to me. That's you need to get a hold of CIRO. CIRO. They're right here in Southern California. I would go and have a conversation. I would look up CIRO and shoot them an email. I would definitely do it.
Apparently, who I was apparently abducted by were called tall whites.
Yeah.
And yeah. I went to like astral projection, like if they could do it like that. And I saw some people saying, yeah, they could do that, but that's not really the thing too. The thing that also bugged me was that it happened while I was in Van Nuys.
Yeah.
And I don't.
I know. I had my experience in friggin' Sherman Oaks, and it still blows my mind. I was like, man, it's
a major populated area.
It's a major populated area. You know, Van Nuys, Sherman Oaks, Studio City, Encino, Woodland Hills, North Hollywood, Granada Hills, Calabasas.
Anywhere in the Valley of Los Angeles,
it's packed. It's packed, and it blew my mind. Jackson, enjoy your weekend, my man. Thank you so much.
Go back, Lee Tappy, my man.
Right back at you. That is a fantastic phone call. Jackson needs to call back and hang out with us and finish that story. That's absolutely incredible. Okay, I need to take a break. This is Fade to Black. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. Thursday night, Fadernight Open lines all night long. 747-228-2051. I'll be right back. Stay with us.
Hi, everybody. This is Rob Halford, the Metal God, on JimmyChurchRadio.com.
This is KGRA Digital Broadcasting Station. Salt Lake City, Utah. Van Buren, Arkansas.
Why is it we're not very good with our health regimen until it's too late? We don't put oil in the car until the engine blows up. When the body's out of balance, your health is not so good. Give your body some love. Log on to GetTheT.com. That's GetTheT.com. Try our Life Change Tea, which cleanses you from harmful intruders. A clean colon is one of the ways to bring the body in balance. We also carry organic supplements to help you get where you need to go. So do your body a favor. Log on to GetTheT.com. That's GetTheT.com. You can even visit our sales page to save some dough. Does anybody call money dough anymore? Anyway, if you're looking for short, helpful health tips, go to YouTube and punch in Health Matters Now. That's Health Matters Now. So, log on to GetTheT.com, shop, get balanced, then learn some cool tips at Health Matters Now. You'll be glad you did. That's GetTheT.com.
Your contact for current news and trending topics. KGRARadio.com.
This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black, and I only drink Fade to Black blend coffee from River Moon. Just click on the River Moon Coffee banner at jimmychurchradio.com. Promo code F2B Blend.
This is the only way forward.
This is Fade to Black. Make contact. KGRARadio.com.
When you're in the house for longer periods of time, you can see them flying or running across the floor. Ooh, yuck. They're unhealthy, gross, and disgusting. Bugs. I loathe bugs. We keep a clean home, but occasionally bugs show up. Well, I found something that is tougher than bugs. Orange Guard. On contact, it kills hidden bugs, including ants, roaches, and fleas. Plus, Orange Guard is a residual repellent. All of the ingredients of Orange Guard are on the FDA generally recognized as safe list. Orange Guard may be used around food, humans, and pets. It comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Orange Guard, available at orangeguard.com, Whole Foods, and Ace Hardware.
You want to know a secret? I love ponies. I really love ponies. I'm serious. I couldn't stay sane without ponies to brush.
Why fade to black? Because you never got that pony, damn it.
This is Fade to Black with Jimmy Church on the Game Changer Radio Network and KGRA, the Global Radio Alliance.
Welcome back, Fade to Black. Thursday night, Fadernight. Open lines all night long. I was waiting for a special call to come in. Didn't come in. Supposed to come in at 9 o'clock. And I'm waiting. I'm getting text. No, he's not calling. Phone has not rung. I've been waiting for this special phone number. And I was hoping for a nice big surprise for everybody, but I'm here to tell you he is not calling in. And I've got lots of calls on hold, and if it doesn't ring, I'm going to head back to the phones. I'm saying it out loud. Saying it out loud. Saying it out loud. I don't know what to do about this. All right, 3, 2, 1. I'm just gonna go I'm just going to go with call. That's it. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Jimmy, Casper Park. Can you hear me all right?
Hey, Casper. How are you, man?
I'm doing good. I'm doing fine. Dodging a bullet yet and everything. So I isolate myself. I've been like that for years. Okay, Westerns, real quick, 2 of them. You had Hitchcock, which came out in 2017, with Luke Hemsworth, Chris Christopherson, Tracy Atkins, Bruce Dern, Hunter Fisher. It's a fairly decent film.
All right.
All right. Then you had the second one. This one here should mean something to you, okay?
Okay.
Because you had one of the executive producers, associate producer, actor in the film on your show.
Okay.
Who? Manu, Manutray.
Yeah, Manu. Yeah.
All right. He plays Judge Parker in this film. It's called Hell on the Border, with David Gossa as Bass Reeves, and Ron Perlman plays a drunken outlaw with a good streak. And it took a little bit for me to get used to that, because we got to realize he is an actor, and we're so used to seeing Ron Perlman play these bigger than life characters. And this is a co-starring role, and he plays the drunken outlaw really well. You just have to put in mind he's an actor. He's not used to seeing some of the other stuff he's done. You got to realize that he's an actor.
He's a great actor. I love Ron Perlman. Everything he's ever done, he's top shelf.
And I think the reason that Manu and Ron Perlman did this along with David was Bass Reeves. This is loosely. I'm sure I took a lot of liberties with it. Bass Reeves was the first black deputy U.S. Marshal west of the Mississippi. So based on a true person. He arrested more than 3,000. This is off Wikipedia. He arrested more than 3,000 dangerous criminals, shot and killed 14 of them in self-defense.
Casper Parks. Oh,
this guy's not someone to fool with, is he?
Yeah. I haven't talked to you in a while. How are you? How's the family? How's everything?
Me, a dog, and 3 cats at home here. I just ordered the artwork today. Paid the deposit for my 5th book.
Oh, right on. And I can't wait to get you back on the show and let's talk about it. When's it coming out? I'm hoping for the end of March. I've been saying it for 5 years, right? Yes.
It's been 5 years since I've released a book. And I've been working on this book since the late 80s in my head. Did a synopsis on it in 1989, 1990. And every time I sat down to write it, another book would pop out, like Perceptional Threshold, then Taken, then a book that should never seen the light of day, or story rather. And then I wrote Ages Past. And I kept going back to the Accidental Destiny, and I get to it, and it's not a writer's block. It's just like another story would pop up, and I'd set that one aside.
Yep.
And the thing is, the start of a series, and I've never written a series before. It's just new for me. It's a Casper Parks novel. It's going to have errors in it. What I'm going to do, I'll message Rita and let her know, and confirm the address, and I'll send you guys a couple advanced copies, probably in February, if I can. It might still have another edit going on it, but it'll be pretty close. I think when you see the cover for this book, Jimmy, you'll understand why I'm not releasing the cover yet. Even when I get the cover art, I'm not going to post it until I announce the release date for the book. When you see the cover art, you'll understand why.
I appreciate it, Casper. Just keep us posted and everything else, man. You're just a great writer.
Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate that. That's okay. Ceres, Ceres. That's a dwarf planet located between Mars and Jupiter in the asteroid belt.
Yep.
It's 940 kilometers, and is known to have water on it.
Yes.
And you brought that up in Twitter, and I was kind of scratching my head going, okay, what happened there recently?
Did you
think
what did you if you're talking about what I didn't get a chance to report on this earlier today, radio signals.
Oh, wow.
Yep. Yep. And so NASA did a press release on it today that the radio signals are not coming from Jupiter. And they're just blown away by this. Now, is it aliens? Is there life? Don't know. It's a pretty interesting thing for NASA to say that it's coming from a moon and not from Jupiter itself. So there you go. Casper, enjoy your weekend, my man, and keep us posted on the book.
I will do that. Thanks for taking the call. I don't want to throw those westerns at you, so because mine was in that one. So thanks again. Have a good week, everybody. Everybody stay safe.
Thank you so much, Casper.
Bye.
Casper Parks in the house, and I'm going to just keep rolling through these calls, and there's a reason for that. Somebody says that they're on hold. I don't know. We're going to get through it. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hit me with another, barkeep.
Who's this?
The one and only Johnny Ricardo.
Hey, Johnny, how are you, man?
I'm a little bit too sober.
What's on your mind tonight, man?
Oh, I just wanted to check in with you guys. Say hi. Since I'm doing this little cross-California trip and possibly trying to escape.
Yep. I saw your post about that you had listened to Fade to Black last night, and then you departed the vehicle that you were on to set up camp. I was like, man, that's cool. Right on.
Yep, I'm still in Santa Barbara.
Okay. All right. Well, is it
I'm
cold?
waiting to hook up with a friend. Actually, it's a lot warmer than the places I have been to.
Yeah, it was here in Burbank today. It was like hot. And
it was nice here.
I got
nice.
Had to turn on the air conditioning today, Johnny. It was a pretty strange weather for January. And I don't want to say this, because I know that there are people out there in the country right now that are cold, shoveling snow, and here we are turning on the air conditioning.
Why do you think I'm avoiding Wisconsin?
Yeah, Johnny.
Much love to my peeps and family out in Wisconsin. I'm just, waiting for summer.
Thank you so much, Johnny. Be safe out there, my man.
2 questions.
Yes.
2 questions for you. First question, have you been watching Cobra Kai?
No, but I hear it's great.
It is far better than how they've continued Star Wars.
Well, I'm gonna check it out. I know the second season is out, so I've got to watch it. The ratings, I mean, everybody loves it, but no, I haven't seen it yet. What was your other question?
If you love the Karate Kid, okay. When's the last time you've had Dr. Joseph P. Farrell on?
Oh, it's been a few years.
Man, you should have him on.
All right, I'll reach out to him for you, Johnny.
All right, man, because I love his work. He's really solid and spot on his research, and it's just really good. And I've been blown away by some of his interviews lately, especially on Joseph McCarthy.
Yeah, I'll reach out to him. All right, I'll do it for you.
But hey, keep an eye out for a guy wearing a Giants cap.
I'll talk to you.
In Burbank soon.
I'll talk to you. All right, Johnny, be safe out there, man.
Much love, brother. Peace, love, chicken grease. May the force be with y'all, and go Beckley Tappy, brother.
There you go. Johnny Ricardo on the road somewhere here in Southern California. Rita, I can't because he's not on hold. All right, I'm going through the phone calls as fast as I can, and we will see if he pops up. That's all I can do. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hi, Jimmy.
Hi, who's this?
This is Brenda. I'm from Ontario, Canada.
Hi, Brenda from Ontario, Canada. What's on your mind tonight?
Well, first, did you know that Parler's down?
No. Is it really?
Yeah. Okay, my question, you've had some amazing topics come up tonight, but mine isn't about any of them because the other night you mentioned Lou Alessandro.
Mm-hmm.
and that they had both left. And I missed that because I normally follow that as well as contact. But can you elaborate on why they left?
No, I don't. No, nobody knows. Nobody knows.
Oh.
So, no, I have no idea.
That's really interesting. That's really interesting.
Yeah. Nobody knows. It's nobody's commented from TTSA. Mellon hasn't said anything. Steve Justice hasn't said anything, and Lou Elizondo has said that he's moved into second gear and he's in another spot in his life, and that's all we really know.
Wow.
Yeah, I know.
Because the way they were promoting their commitment to that really kind of takes things.
It happened to everybody, you know, and you get the rug pulled out from under you. You have a lot of hope and emotion tied to it, and investment. So a lot of people put money into the game, and then to just turn around and just pull up stakes and fold up the tent is not really cool. So I don't know. But then again, I am on the outside just like everybody else is. You know, nobody really knows what's going on. So until DeLong says something, or Elizondo says something, or Mellon says something, or Steve Justice, we don't know. They're still listed on the company website. The statements have been made. So nobody really, really knows. So there you go, Brenda.
Just something going on in the background there, right?
Yep, that's what I think. You know, I don't know. Well, all we can do is just have ideas because nobody is saying anything.
Yeah.
Brenda,
okay.
Enjoy your weekend.
You too, Jimmy. Have a great one.
You too. Thank you so much. That's Brenda up in Ontario. And let's see. I'm pulling this in and putting people on hold. I tried to get to the special phone number. It's not here. And finally. Man. I wonder what kind of excuse I'm going to hear for the delay. Who's calling?
It's Eric, the Awakening Man.
Did you forget how to dial your phone?
No, I called you 3 times, and I called at 8:59, and then chatting with Rita. Anyway, the long story short of it is, for some reason, she said you weren't seeing it on your screen, I guess.
Stop it.
I swear to God, I think the FBI got wind that I'm about to drop a bomb, and they didn't want trying to block it.
Oh, stop it. Okay, what? Okay, so what's going on?
All right, well, before we get into the D.B. Cooper FBI story, I do want to give you an update because this is a really good update, actually. Hold on, let me pull this up real quick here. It's 7:14 tonight when you were talking about, oh, by the way, Parler is still down.
Yeah, Parler is down. Yep.
I tried to put this story on Parler, but it was still down, so it never worked. But anyway, so I got a text message at 7:14 from this guy, Chris, who's my new Bigfoot friend that I signed the NDA with. I told you that story last week, remember?
I do.
And he's got the lady up there in Shasta living in the forest. So anyway, he sends me a text at 7:14, and this is what it says. This is exactly what she sent to him tonight. He just forwarded it to me. She says, oh, my God, there is something outside setting off all the motion lights for the last 30 minutes. I went out there, and the dogs are hiding. They wouldn't come out for me, nor treats. And now there is something outside making what sounds like ape grunts. What the F? That's a first. And then she says, you know how I told you something knocks on the front window? They just did it again twice. That's what's happening tonight. Is
she taking pictures? Is she shooting video? Is she recording this?
I don't know. That's a good question. I was kind of tuned into you tonight, so I didn't follow up with this guy because he was sending me text messages, and I said, I'll call you later after I'm doing my thing tonight with Jimmy Church on Fade to Black, the number one show in the world.
Okay. All right. Okay. Well, I want to see video. I want to see video. Okay, let's get to DB Cooper. All right. So what's going on?
All right. So I don't know the DB Cooper probably story as well as you do, but I'm just for the people who I did do some research. So I'm going to just give you some highlights. First, let me tell you about this guy. His initials are DL. He doesn't want to give his name, but he's 67 years old now. I'm going to call him Dan for the sake of this conversation. All right. He enlisted in the Army in 1970. He served 16 months in Vietnam as a staff sergeant doing long-range recon and field intelligence. He said that his observation skills were tip-top. Okay, so now we're going to fast forward to October 27th, 1971, which is just a week before D.B. Cooper jumped out of Flight 305 going from Portland, Oregon to Seattle, Washington with somewhere in the neighborhood of about $200,000 and a parachute. I don't know, people may not know this story, but he jumped out of a commercial airplane with a parachute into the Washington forest. All right, so I'm going to backtrack now. So on October 27th, 1971, Dan returned from Vietnam and was stationed with the 3rd Cav in Fort Lewis, Washington State. On November 24th, like I just mentioned to you, D.B. Cooper, that was when this was like a week later, he jumps out the plane. All right, so now we're going to fast forward like 3 months later. The FBI contacts this guy who is the staff sergeant. He's in charge of like 200 guys, and they assign them to go to the mountainous area of southern Washington along the Columbia River, about 7,000 feet up, to search for D.B. Cooper. 200 of these guys. Let me hold on a second here. Now, I could tell you the story the best I remember, but I think it would be better. It's about 5 paragraphs that I read exactly what he said, because the words that he used and the way he describes his actions, I think, lend credibility to this story. All right. So here's what he says. So they went there. They were there for a month. Okay, but I'm going to start this story off at the 3rd week of their search. They're up at 6,500 feet altitude searching, and during their search, they had found some dead bodies in different states of decomposition at different locations in the search area. Yeah. During the 3rd week, my squad was assigned to the far left side of the line. We were about 4 to 5 meters apart. It was foggy that day. We had started to search around 8 a.m. and had been transported to an area around 7,000 feet. I was the squad leader, and during our search that day, I found some strange structures in the forest. He says weird logs that had been shaped like an X, and also placed in very strange positions were some smaller trees in a diameter of about 4 to 7 inches, which had been broken off at about 7 to 8 feet high. He had never seen anything like this, didn't know what to think of it. It didn't really register in his mind what he might be seeing, but people that study and research Bigfoot know that this is what the Bigfoot do to mark their territories and so on and so forth. But he did not know that at this time. So anyway, now we continue searching and moving west along the top of the cliff, which was running almost parallel to the Columbia River. It was close to 11 a.m., and it was very cold. The fog had gotten a bit heavier, and there was a lot of brush and small trees from a few feet high to around 12 feet high. So he's in a brushy area in the forest, 7,000 feet up. He's got all these guys spread out this area. They kind of go in a line like you would if you're searching for somebody. The guy that was closest to him was his buddy named Tommy. He was about 5 meters away. They're walking through this area. But then there was a moment that he had to walk through some heavy brush, and he got a little bit separated from his buddy Tommy, who was out there with him. He says, but he fought his way through the brush. It's going to get good now. Small trees, and he came to an opening, which was about 20 feet wide, and he could not see very well because of the fog. But he did notice in front, to his left, a dark section on the vegetation in front of me, he says. But he could not tell what it was. So he just continued to walk towards this dark area, and he started to smell something rotten and nasty. I thought it was probably a dead body because we'd already seen several dead and decomposed bodies during our first month on this search for D.B. Cooper. So I moved closer to take a look. The closer I got, the stronger the smell became. I moved to the left some and started to approach the dark spot when suddenly I noticed it move and it stepped in front of me. I looked at that thing and it was huge. It was about 12 feet tall, dark brown hair with some gray through the torso area. I could see its eyes. They were black and there were no whites. And he had a scar on his face starting from his eye to his chin. He said there was no hair on the chin, a little bit of hair on the hands, mostly hairy on the body and on the head. He said it had a human face. He said, I froze in place and I tried to call for my companion, Tommy, but I could not utter a sound. This thing suddenly moved with such speed forward, it hit me with one arm and sent me stumbling about 10 or 12 feet to the left. I tried to get control of my body, but I was too close to the cliff and I fell down some 30 or 40 meters on the side of the cliff. I screamed as I fell, and I was lucky that the rest of my squad heard me. It took me some 2 hours, took them 2 hours to get me up from the lower section. I was hurt, damaged on my back left leg, and I was sent to Fort Lewis Military Hospital. And here's his last paragraph here. Now, what I saw, I never told a soul. This thing was no animal. It looked so human, but it was so big and muscular. It had hair all over its body and its face, and part of its face. As I can recall, his arms had less hair than the rest of his body. What I remember most was how huge and muscular this thing was. And that's basically the end of the story. Now, what's interesting to me is the FBI is the only agency that has released the reports on Bigfoot, and they started their reports in 1970, which was just a few years before this. So this story was squashed. That's the bottom line. But this is what I believe happened. I think my theory is that D.B. Cooper landed in that forest and probably got either mangled or eaten or killed by a Bigfoot.
Or D.B. Cooper is Bigfoot.
Or he mated with a Bigfoot, and now he's got a Bigfoot family.
He's got a Bigfoot family, and that, and they're flush with cash, so they, okay, I got to take a break, so I'm going to put you on hold, Eric.
All right.
And we'll continue all of this when we come back. This is Fade to Black. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. Eric, Awakening Man, with the breaking D.B. Cooper news with Bigfoot. This is pretty interesting. And I just watched the D.B. Cooper series on Amazon, and if you haven't seen it, you should go check it out. This is Fade to Black. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. More with Awakening Man when we come back after this short break. Stay with us.
Here, and you are listening to my boy Jimmy Church on JimmyChurchRadio.com.
Despite popular opinion, reading a book will not make you smarter,
but listening to Jimmy Church will.
This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black, and I take Life Change Tea supplements every single day. It's what I do. Click on their banner at JimmyChurchRadio.com. When you take the beans from Central America with dashes of Indonesian and African mixed in and then roasted to the dark side of Fade to Black, you create the ultimate brew of fringe. Introducing the Fade to Black blend from River Moon Coffee. Yes, River Moon's darkest customized roast was created for the love of Fade to Black. The alchemy of masterful roasting and smoking the beans is in every sip of this full-bodied, dark Java. I need my coffee dark, deep, with distinct bittersweet chocolate highlights, just like the bunker. Leaning further into the darkness of the roast is Fade to Black blend from River Moon Coffee. Just click on the banner at JimmyChurchRadio.com and use the promo code F2BBLEND for 15% off of your order today. Go Beckley Teppy.
Hello, my name is Billy Carson, and I am a best-selling author and the founder of ForbiddenKnowledge.tv. Together with my team, we have built an all-new conscious streaming TV platform designed with every family member in mind. If you have ever wanted to travel the world and attend lectures and workshops from your favorite speakers but weren't able to, look no further. ForbiddenKnowledge.tv. There are dozens of workshops and lectures from speakers you know and love. We have also included amazing categories to assure that your consciousness is entertained and elevating on a daily basis. Amazing interviews, ancient history, ascension knowledge, wisdom teachings, documentaries, conspiracies, mysteries, health and fitness, conscious cooking, meditations, finance, yoga, and so much more. To start your free trial on any mobile device or computer, surf to forbiddenknowledge.tv. That's Forbidden Knowledge with the number 4, forbiddenknowledge.tv. Again, visit forbiddenknowledge.tv today.
Are you intrigued by Paranormal Talk Radio? You'll love the new Paranormal Radio app from TalkStream Live. You'll find a great selection of talk shows covering UFOs, ghosts, strange phenomena, and much more. Download the Paranormal Radio app now and start listening to the very best in paranormal talk entertainment, including the network you're listening to right now, the Paranormal Radio app, free in Google Play and the iOS App Store.
It's not a lifestyle we chose. We were born this way. KGRARadio.com.
This is KJCR at JimmyChurchRadio.com.
Welcome back. Fade to Black. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. Thursday night, Fader night. What a great night on the show. Just a fantastic, perfect evening. And we've got Eric, Awakening Man, on with us, who is breaking this D.B. Cooper search story. Now, Eric, let me ask you this. How did you find this guy, Dan?
Okay, so I'm just going to give credit where credit's due. Here's what's cool about Bigfoot, first of all. And I didn't join Facebook until recently, only because there's a lot of guys on Facebook that aren't on Twitter. So I figured if I want to talk to these people, I got to go on Facebook. Anyway, the long story short of it is I think I told you I joined like 30 of these chat groups. And one of the groups is Rocky Mountain Sasquatch Organization. They go by RMSO. And they do a blog, and they also do a video presentation. And what's cool about this guy, and I think his wife goes with him, or they got a group, is I don't know how they're getting funded. I haven't asked them, but they've got money. And when they get reports, they go to these areas where the reports are, and like the next day. Like if you call me right now and said, "Oh, the Sasquatch is at my door," I would be there that night or the next day if I could. I would do a full interview with you, and I would get and do a research, whatever. So anyway, this guy, Rocky Mountain Sasquatch Organization, that's what he does, and he posts these stories on his blog, and he does little videos, which is cool because he'll go to an area like, let's just say Washington State is what we're talking about right now. He'll go to that area where the report came from, and they'll look for footprints and tree structures, and then they'll film the area. They'll interview the person, and he'll do a little 12-minute or 15-minute video while he's telling the story. The guy's really good. He's probably making a good chunk of change. But here's what's good about this guy is I've been looking at all his stories, and he's not one of these hoaxer dudes, because there are a lot of hoaxer dudes out there that just want to tell stories, which is fine. I mean, stories are fun, but I'm looking for meat and potatoes, and this guy, and he's legit. This guy's got good stories. I researched his information. He's told some stories recently about sightings in Utah with videos that you won't find on the internet or even on YouTube. This guy's kind of got his own little gig going. So anyway, that's my little rant about that.
Have you talked to this guy, Dan?
I have not talked to him. That was this story. I learned it today. So that would be the next step, is to get a hold of the Rocky Mountain Research Group. There was a back and forth comments going on in their chat room. The last chat that was done on this story came out in 2018, but the last chat was September 21st. So I could contact the guy. I will contact the guy since you seem interested in this. I'll contact him. I'll see if we could do a follow-up on this story. And let me just say, this would be a guy that would be great to have on the show, because he's got like probably 100 stories. And all the stories that I watch him every day. I wait for his stories to pop up. If he may not have one day, maybe 2 or 3 days, and then he releases a story. And let me tell you another quick story. There's this place called Jarbidge, up above Nevada, right near Canada. Anywhere it's up there, it's totally ghost town. Like there's literally 50 people live in this town of Jarbidge, and he did a report about Bigfoot up there. And so I wanted to try to verify this guy's story. This was like 4 or 5 days ago. So I call up. I'm trying to find somebody that lives in Jarbidge that I can call and just ask him, hey, have you heard anything about Bigfoots up there in your area? I'm trying to vet this guy's story. I'm thinking in my head. And so I couldn't find any way to call. So I called the police department in Jarbidge. It was like 11:30 at night. I'm not even making this up. Totally true story. And I'm thinking I'll get a message or something. I'll just leave a message and ask them to call me back. I want to verify this story about Bigfoot in Jarbidge, California, or Jarbidge, Nevada, whatever. The guy answers the phone at 11:30 at night, and I go, is this the police department? He goes, yes, it is. And I go, I'm sorry, sir. I didn't. Sounds like I woke you up. He goes, you did. I go, I'll just call you back tomorrow. I just didn't want to. I just wanted to ask you. I got this story about Bigfoot and Jarbidge, and then we proceeded to have a conversation. It's too long to tell you tonight, but the sheriff in Jarbidge had a conversation with me at 11:30 at night about the Bigfoot up there. So yeah, these stories, man, they let me tell you, they bed out better than these. I'm not saying I believe that ETs are real. I believe that ETs abduct people. Obviously, UFOs are real, but these Bigfoot stories, man, they bed out left and right. I'm finding this is quite a rabbit hole. I'm entertained and very interested in it.
Thank you so much, Eric. That's very, very interesting. That's very interesting. And keep me posted. I want to find out who this Dan guy is, and we'll see if we can get him on the show. All right?
You got it, buddy. All right, take it easy.
Eric, Awakening Man, always turning into I just hung up on somebody. Oh, no. That was too quick. I'm sorry about that. Whoever was on hold, I apologize. Let's keep the phone calls going. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black.
Hey, Jimmy, how are you?
I'm doing good. Who's this?
Good. My name is Fast Eddie from Down the Rabbit Hole. I appreciate you having me on tonight. And if you're ready for it, I got a couple compliments that I got to shoot out to you.
Okay, what's up?
Number one, I want to congratulate you and Rita and your whole family on being number 15 in the big broadcast scheme of things. What an amazing accomplishment.
All right.
I've been listening to you since Coast to Coast, man, and I'm so glad to see you totally killing it and owning it. And so good on you for all of that. What a great accomplishment. And secondly, I want to tell you that out of all of the shows that I've listened to in the past, I would say maybe about a year and a half, 2 years I've been listening to you. You had a show, I think it was on New Year's Eve with Billy Carson.
Okay.
And that show was so doggone good. And I appreciated it so much because it wasn't about conspiracies. It wasn't about UFOs. It was about self-confidence. And it was about so much greatness. I mean, I just love that show so much. And I just want to give you kudos for that.
Yeah, that was a good show. And it was about his new book, and yeah, that was a fun. Yeah, Billy's the best.
Man, and it lifted me up a bit, because I'm a big Zig Ziglar guy. I read all the books, and I'm into the self motivational stuff, and just that show alone, it was such a new flavor. And it really pumped me up so much, and I just really appreciated it. So I hope Billy's listening, and I hope he hears how much I love that show.
Yeah, right on.
So I just wanted to say that.
Right on.
Yeah, man.
Right on. Okay.
Yeah. So that was my lead in, and I guess my big thing to you would be, what are your thoughts on what's happening right now with all of these quote unquote disclosures and all of this, CIA release of all of these things with all of this knowledge that was a part of some bill or what have you? And do you see this leading in to some type of Project Bluebeam or some type of get them ready for what comes next?
Yeah. You can't help but feel that way, but I don't necessarily pin it on one thing, right?
Yeah.
I don't. It's if you look at everything in its totality, and you get outside of the UFO community, and you get away from the Department of Defense and the Pentagon, and you get away from that, and you look at the other headlines that are coming in, which is fast radio burst. You get reports of this. Oumuamua, when that did its flyby, discoveries of different planets and the rocky planets here in the Milky Way, and there's 20 billion of those, and the search for alien life, and like today, NASA announcing that they're getting radio chatter coming off of a moon of Jupiter. And it just it's like it continues and continues this discussion about alien life out there coming in from outside of the UFO community. It's like, what is going on here? The conversation is constant. It's constant. And when you have a Harvard and Yale physicist going, you know what? Oumuamua was a piece of an alien spacecraft, and it's like, wait a minute, I'm talking about Avi Loeb, and he's a very smart guy, and you have all of this, and you start to think, what is it that they are trying to get us prepared for? Is it something else? Is it and fake alien invasion, or is it that I think it's probably something else, which is this. They know that something is on its way here. All right? It may take a year. It may take 2 at the speed of light, right? But they know that something is about to arrive. That's what I'm more inclined to think of, something along those lines, instead of Project Bluebeam or a fake alien invasion to unite the Earth, and although that's a possibility, I think it's something else. I think it's something else. Yeah. Like I don't know if you've ever read Arthur C. Clarke's Rama series of books, but in there, Arthur writes about this giant ship that is starting to be tracked outside of our solar system, and it takes about a year or 2 for it to finally arrive. It slows down, and then it's in orbit around Earth. But they knew about it for a couple of years, and its arrival, was eventually imminent. And they knew with the tracking that it was on its way to Earth, not somewhere else in our solar system. So is it possible that knowledge is out there? And so when it does happen, everybody here goes, okay, well, we've been waiting for it, right?
Right. We've been prepared with media.
Yeah.
Last time you had me on, you had Giorgio Tsoukalos, excuse me. And we talked about Admiral Byrd and how none of these aliens have come from outside of our solar system. They've all been within it, right?
Yes.
So what if all of the sudden, not only could we be the aliens, but what if there's a new team that wants to come touch base here, and all of this media through Project whatever it is, where they've prepared us for this, they're getting us ready through all of this disclosure for what they have already known, and some program they've already established where they're to kind of slowly indicting and slowly introducing this new normal, where they've known this since the 50s, right?
Yeah, I remember this was a number of years ago, but I was hosting a panel and at a conference, and Nick Redfern was on this panel. And Nick says, and I've never forgotten this, Nick says, I don't think that they're traveling at the speed of light, interstellar space, coming here. I think they're on the dark side of the moon. I think they're on another planet here. They're inside of our solar system visiting us. And that's what's going on, and that's why it's so frequent and so easy for them, because they're not coming from Zeta Reticuli. You know, they're not coming from light years away. They're actually inside of the solar system, and I've never really forgotten that. It
Awesome.
It makes a lot of sense, and the only
Or
reason. Go ahead. Well,
in a billion. Sorry.
Well, my point has always been, although we don't understand it, but the way that they are traveling amongst the stars is easy. It's easy, right? We're looking at the technical hurdles, right, on how to get to the speed of light and how to do this and how to live for thousands of years on a spaceship and to get to places. And that's the way that we look at it. Do you know what's easy for you, Fast Eddie, is to go out and get into your car and drive to the supermarket. You start up the car and you go. Well, that was 200 years ago. Think about that. That's an impossible thing to do, right? To get onto an airplane and fly across the country or fly to Europe in a couple hours. That's insane 200 years ago.
Right.
But today it's easy for us. We don't even think about it. It's just easy to do. It's easy. It's the same thing for ET.
As someone who appreciates the Go-Backly Tapley, we have no doggone idea who created most of these things that are here already, let alone who is inside of these deep caves, like Ancient Alien says, that have not only taught us, but sheltered us, the lizard people, as they say.
Mm-hmm.
They may have done a lot of these things to create the pyramids, to create all of this way before we were here. And they could be a small slice of the percentage of what is out there and what could come here. We would be ignorant to think we are alone here.
That's it. And that's the only way to look at it. And it's the only way to look at life and look at us. Fast Eddie, thank you for the phone call, man.
I love you, brother. Thank you for having me on. Congratulations on everything. I hope to talk to you soon.
Thank you so much, and enjoy your weekend. That's a great phone call right there. I keep going back to this. We know what's easy. I mean, just things are just easy for us. It's simple. It's simple. It's the same thing with ET out there. It's we don't understand it. For them, let's go to that star. Let's go to that galaxy. And they just do it because it's easy. And we don't have any idea about that. And I know it's a simple thought before I get back to the calls. It's a simple thought. It's a simple thing to say. Well, 200 years ago, an automobile that drives 60 miles an hour is just magic. And, well, yeah, it's got to be the same way. Whatever it is, whether it's folding space, I don't even think traveling at the speed of light, I don't think that's the way it's done. I think it's something really, really easy, something simple, and however it's done, it's just the way it is, right? Just like we drive, I live in LA, let's drive to Phoenix, let's go to Chicago, get on a plane and just take off. It's easy. It's the same thing for ET. Let's go back to the phones. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hi, Jimmy. It's Jackson again.
Jackson, only one phone call a night. What's up?
Sorry, you just said call back because you wanted me to finish the story. I heard you say that.
I meant like next week.
Fair enough.
All right, Jackson. Yeah, I've got so many calls on hold, so it's always one phone call a night. But next week, let's finish it.
Will do, Jimmy.
Thank you, Jackson. Enjoy your night, man.
You as well. Take care.
Thank you. Yeah, I try to do that with everybody here. It's just one phone call a night. You know, and I'm playing switchboard operator here, and so I don't keep a track of all of the phone calls. So, but that's it. Okay, so if you can, just respect everybody else that's on hold. Let's try to do one phone call a night. Okay, let's go back to the phones. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hey, Jay Church. How are you tonight? My name is DJ Atkinson. I'm calling from Northeast Montana on the Fort Peck Indian Reservation.
Right on. How are you, man?
Awesome. I'm good. I'm doing good. I'm a longtime Fadernaut. And say hi, what's up to all the Fadernauts out there? Again, I'm an Assiniboine Sioux Indian, and I'm former Navy intelligence.
Really?
I, like I said, listen to Jimmy Church all the time. Yes, sir.
Right
Served
on.
in the United States Navy for 6 years. Yep.
Naval
Again,
intelligence.
I had top secret clearance.
Did you really?
Yes, I did, sir.
Okay.
Yes,
Well, you just disclosed all of that live on the air. Can you talk about some of it?
Heck yeah. I wish I could sit down and talk with you about so many things. I'm going to be a frequent caller because tonight's my first time calling. And like I said, my uncle turned me on Fade to Black, and we travel a lot, and so I'm always listening to it. And I love you, Jimmy Church.
Yeah, thank you, DJ. Thank you, DJ. Okay, so
I actually have one thing.
Okay, go ahead.
A charity. I have a charity. I help elders and children on the reservation. It's on PayPal. It's called Montana Indian Reservation Preservation. Okay, that's it.
Okay, well, tweet it out, man, and I'll give you a retweet. So, DJ, I have to ask you, what do you think about those 3 videos? The 3 Navy videos.
I definitely. So my people, the Nakota people, our prophecy is the white buffalo calf maiden. Have you heard the story?
I want to hear it.
Freaking long ago, there was something coming in the distance. These 2 warriors seen it, and it ended up being a woman dressed all in white. And she was standing on a cloud, and when she got there, the cloud enveloped the one guy because he had bad thoughts, and when the cloud went back away, his bones were laying there. She told the other guy, go back to your camp and make preparation for my coming. The Creator has been watching you.
Oh, you dropped out, DJ.
She said she's going to need a teepee set up in the middle of the Tioshpaye, which is all the families camping in a circle. And she came and taught for 10 days, this woman. And at the end, she tells them, when I come back, the white buffalo will be coming back too. That's be my sign. And it all goes along with what Chris Bledsoe is saying. Everything he's saying is our people already knew this stuff. This is our whole religion, the way of the pipe. It's called the Chanumpa. The Big Dipper is the pipe, and the sun that lights the pipe every day keeps the world going,
Mm-hmm.
And that pipe is basically a cell phone to talk to the spirits. And I participate in all my freaking culture, customs, Our reservation up here has been here for over 300 years. We were considered hostiles at one time,
Yeah.
Battle of Little Bighorn. My blood relatives, ancestors back then, he fought and died right for Sitting Bull when he died in 48. His name was Jumping Bull. He was an Assiniboine. They attacked an Assiniboine camp long ago. The Lakota did, and there was a young boy. He was only 10 years old. He had a child-sized bow, and they were going to kill him. The Raiders, and Sitting Bull jumped in front of him and said, "No, he's too brave to die. I take him as a brother." And then the day when Sitting Bull died, he gave his life before trying to take him. Sitting Bull was one of our prophets, our holy man. He was a leader because he was a holy man. He was close to God and not like Trump, you know what I mean?
Well, we've had Daniel Sheehan, the attorney, on our show many times. He represents the Lakota.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know. I've heard of him. I've been interested in looking into him.
Yeah, he's a great guy.
He works with Orville Looking Horse.
Well, listen,
the keeper of our pipe.
DJ, we're at the end of the show, and so
God
really
bless
quick,
everybody.
But we've got.
Yes, sir.
When you were in the Navy, did you ever see anything strange?
Definitely, I participated in exercises that are still to this day. People are speculating what happened then, what happened, and I always thought, being a part of it, why didn't the government just come out and say something?
Right.
It's stupid, you know?
Right.
And like a lot of stuff, though, yeah, I can't talk about it for 50 years, and you know.
Right.
But I'll talk to you. I'll talk to you some more sometime, bud.
Absolutely, man.
Thursday
nights. You need to call back and let's have a longer.
I'm going to.
Absolutely.
Write down some stuff even.
Hey, what's your uncle's
I'll
name?
research what I can say.
What's your
His name's
uncle's?
Jerry Failing.
Jerry
Failing. He's called in before.
Tell Jerry I said yo. Okay.
Yes, sir. Thank you, J Church. We love you.
We love you.
Go Beckley Tepe, but I love the Armenians. All right, brother.
Right on, DJ.
Beautiful women on the planet.
Man. You just made my night, DJ. Thank you so much. And wow, what a great phone call. What a great night on the show. I just want to say I am feeling better, and I don't know if all of this COVID stuff is just finally behind me, but it's there's a weird thing that there's this thing. I think COVID it because it's so violent and so strong, it gets in your head. It gets in your head, and you're just freaked out, you know. And that's one of the craziest parts about it. And I'm feeling like that darkness. You know, I keep talking about Silent Hill or the weirdness about all of this. I know it sounds strange, but I'm looking at all of these different elements that happen at the same time. It's the news, it's COVID, it's the atmosphere, it's the world, it's everybody, it's just these things that are going on. And at the same time, you're sick. And you just start, you know, you are forced into thinking things that you just never would, you know. And I am so happy that I just feel like it's behind me. I feel like the fog is clearing, right? I see it. I see it in front of me. And Thursday night, Fadernight, helps me get through all of this. And we are going to continue to do this together. I know that 2021, from this day forward, everything is just going to be a little bit better every single day. All right? All right. Great phone calls tonight. I'm sorry I didn't get to everybody that's on hold right now, but I did my best. And you can blame Eric Awakening Man for messing it up for everybody. Faded Black's executive producers, Rita Camarion. Shows produced by Hilton J. Palm, Renee, Dennis, and Kevin. Announcers are Steve Harder, Gene Vito, and Mark D. Kovar. Webmaster is Drew the Geek. Music, Doug Aldrich. Intro, Spaceboy, spaceboymusic.com. Fade to Black is produced by KJCR for the Game Changer Network, and syndication is KGRA, The Planet. This broadcast owned and copyrighted 2021 by Fade to Black and the Game Changer Network, Inc. It cannot be rebroadcast, downloaded, copied, or used anywhere in the known universe without written permission from Fade to Black or the Game Changer Network. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. It's Thursday night. We're heading into our weekend. We'll see everybody on Monday. We've got an amazing week lined up. Everybody have a great, safe, amazing weekend. Fade to Black.